What's up, y'all? What is going on? What's going on? Just kind of came in here a little late, trying to set some things up. Still setting some things up, but I do have a bit of some questions. Like, just pay attention to the title. But I got some things I want to get into because I think this is part of the conversation that people won't have, but we need to have. Right? Have you ever felt like? Have you ever felt overvaluated? You know, or I'll even say this for some other people. Have you ever felt like you're undervalued? When I say undervalued, because there's some people who's overvalued and there's people who are undervalued. So I guess in this point, when I'm trying to bring forth the conversation for this, have you ever felt like you were undervalued? And not just undervalued by yourself, by your peers, if you want to look at it that way, but how about just being undervalued by your audience? And how exactly do you handle it? I'm talking to you, the content creators. As a viewer, what motivates you to engage with certain creators over others? Do you even think about the effects of monetization versus the authenticity of the content? I'm just wondering. I think we need to have a conversation about the disconnect and try to bridge a little bit between content creators and their actual viewers. I think that's something that we should really consider getting into because I don't think people really want to touch the topic. And it's sad because I think there's something behind it that's going to help us uh, get there at the end of the day. So I guess there's nothing really to it but to do it. Welcome to Opinionated, y'all.
Welcome to Opinionated with Resla.
What's good, everybody? What is good? What is good? Welcome to Opinionated with yours truly. I'm your guy. I am your guy, Wrestler. Welcome to the show. I know a lot of y'all didn't get the notification right now. Well, someone did, because I never sure got hit with something. Let me turn around and just put the quick mute on that son bitch. I know a few of y'all didn't get the notification yet, so let YouTube do its thing to let you know your boy's gone live. A little late, but he's gone live. And I appreciate you those who've actually shown up right now. This is our customary Mondays. I was almost debating what's going to be a thing, but we're here. We're here anyway. Let me boost up my volume real quick for you guys so we can do this. We can do this with some proper volume right now. Hold up. All right, so hopefully that sounds a bit better. Bit of cancellation up in there, but still better. Anyway, guys, welcome everybody who's actually showed up to the show. Like I said, it's a little late, but I'll let you guys walk into the building itself. But we need to have a conversation about something. Now, this was not an inspired, uh, or you can kind of say it was inspired. This is not a regular type of thing that I would do when talking about, but I kind of want to because I've heard these conversations across the internet. Hell, I've had them myself with people. I've said it plenty of times on my own channel. I've heard it on other people's channels. But what really doesn't happen in my mindset is people who my mindset, in my perspective, people having that real conversation with their community, with their viewers, trying to bridge the understanding as to why there are some creators that do what they do. Not that all creators are created equal. They're absolutely not. Not that all niches are created equal, because damn for sure are not. But how exactly do we get? How exactly do we get here? What exactly does that look like from both sides? And what exactly does that mean that we do going forward as people who are in this community, shared back and forth? So let's not waste any time pretending that we don't know what's going on, because we do. Viewers are tired of viewers are tired of creators that are begging. Let me just say that. First and foremost, viewers are tired of creators who are begging. Creators are tired of viewers who are ghost watching. Both sides feel like they're being used, to be honest with you. This is the episode I'm going to be trying to put a damn mirror in the middle of the table, because nobody likes looking away, walking away, but they all want to act like they're pretending to be cute. And that's something I think we need to address today. Creators feel undervalued and disrespected, but yet viewers also feel overwhelmed and manipulated. Both sides are right, but both sides are dead ass wrong. This isn't going to be a baby proof conversation. You clicked, you clicked this video, you clicked it when you got that notification, you clicked play. Now you're going to hear it all loud, unfiltered, and of course, opinionated. Oh my goodness. So first and foremost, for those who walking in the building, I know you got the notification late. I just want to say welcome, of course, welcome to Opinionated with yours truly, because we're gonna have to really tackle this topic because it's been itching at me for a little bit now, for a while. And I think it itches at a lot of different creators at some point. And probably you as well. You know, probably you for a long time, because even you who have so many different people that you visit, you have to figure out who you're gonna be able to put your support behind. You can't split yourself in so many places, so you have to spend your time in one area at a time. It's about that weird tension that we need to talk about, though. That weird tension that comes between us, and I mean, when I say us, I mean between the creators and you, the audience, because we need to go there. You see, creators are out here hustling, pouring everything into content that sometimes feels like it's vanishing, like they're throwing it out into an open hallway and hitting nothing. And you, the viewers, you're bombarded with more content than you can shake off. Some of you even get a little sick at it. It's a mess. But I think it's time that we sit there and really try to talk about it. This isn't about pointing fingers. It's about just laying it all out. I want to just have this unfiltered conversation with you guys. I think most creators, when they get online, they look at this as a time to vent. That's not what this is going to be about. Even though I know that people who don't listen, because apparently y'all need to get fucking ear surgery. God damn, I ain't even make it freaking 10 minutes in, 7 minutes in, and I'm already cursing up. So whether you are a creator who is feeling burnt out, or whether you are a viewer who's just trying to find content that you can really click on, that really follows the thing that you are looking for, or something new for yourself, I think this is the time that we really need to turn around and hash it out. We really need to figure out what is it that we're trying to do for one another. Before I really jump into anything, of course, I want to thank everybody who's already walked into the building. When you manage to walk in here as well, do yourself a favor and say hello to everybody else who's part of the community. Again, we're gonna have to talk about some people that just lurk in the background too. Say hello. So we already had CJ is already up in here. Appreciate you, CJ, being the first person here. Apparently he's one of the first people that got the damn notification. Joe Cool's in. He's read the title and everything. Hey, listen, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. That boy Blunt, Jesus, how many profiles you got? What the hell? All right, what's going on? Rochelle being here. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Orthodox is already in here. It says, but like that button is diddled. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Say you love it unfiltered. Hey, let's see. Let's see. On the list, no, let me move this. 'Cause I feel like I'm breaking my neck to look at that far fucking screen. Of all the screens I chose to put this on, here we go. That makes it a little better. Uh, only a mode tonight. The game tonight. Oh, listen, don't feel bad about having to spend some time with the homies. I don't really get that much time to spend as much with my friends as well because they're all working and I'm working as well. So it is what it is. Eddie is up in here said both sides are right. Both sides exaggerated. I agree, but a lot of people don't see the other side, and I think this is something we need to have conversation about. I've been one, by the way, but I've seen both sides. I've been on both sides. I've been the person who complains that this person just always trying to take money from people. But at the same time, I've also been the content creator, and I'm seeing good content creators, by the way, that say a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, it's kind of true. They do put out a lot of work. Like, it's one thing I thought, and I keep in mind, maybe there's some bias because I have personal biases because I have my own personal critiques about what are content creators versus what are streamers and what are grifters and what are whatever. 'Cause that's just the problem with YouTube and this whole niche system itself, right? They don't treat everybody the same. So I get that. And I think it's something we can even have a conversation about tonight. Hey, Miss Raven, what's going on? What's going on? So, all right, guys, let's get into about it. I'm gonna wing it as I do most times. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really have anything structured. I don't have anything structured because I didn't have any time to structure it. I just know that there's been conversations I've had myself, and I thought this would be the time to do it because I didn't have time to really think about this and really write too much deep into it. So you're gonna get one of those times where wrestlers getting a little bit open. I don't know why my eyelashes have to bother me only when I hit live. Everything's getting in the way. Something's saying, "Don't do it, nigga, don't do it." But we gonna do it. All right. So let's start with us creators. When it comes to us as creators, right? We're grinding. Some of us. I would even say a good damn. I would even say a good portion of us. Oh my god, this is really gonna know the hell out of me. It really is. But we're gonna do it. I think a lot of us we do our thing. We go grinding day in and day out. We're trying to craft content that we think will resonate with our I'm about to say voting base, but with our audience, with our core group. But but when that passion meets that lukewarm response, shit, like it's like shouting, it's like shouting into the void. I'm not gonna lie. I want you to think about this for a moment. You spend hours, days on just one project, a single project. We're not talking about big intricacies. We're not talking about some Mr. Beast fucking playing Beast game shit. Just one single solitary stream. You hit publish or you hit live and you get crickets or worse. A couple of half-hearted likes and comments from your let's just be honest, comments from your mom. That shit could be brutal. Honestly, let's talk about that feedback, constructive criticism. People who want to bring that shit on. But the internet loves to throw shade. Let's just be honest. It loves to be villains. On on one nasty comment, it can be everything that can overshadow 100 good ones. And as a content creator, that can really mess with your head. But here's the thing. For some of us, we're scared to talk about this. Not me. Not me. Because we're all about having uncomfortable conversations. I just had to figure out what I was going how I was even thinking about how am I going to talk about this with you guys? And I'm hearing other content creators just like me who struggle with this kind of feeling. And I just said, because I'm overthinking. Sometime there's nothing to it but to do it. This is why shit's gonna be unscripted. No previous question for you. Just doing it. We don't want to seem like we're ungrateful, folks. We don't want to seem like we're whiny. So we slap on a smile. We try to keep it pushing. And even when we're running on empty, we try to give you what we can. We try to. Now, let's flip the script to you, the audience. As one who's been an audience, still an audience member, I get it. You're drowning in content. Every platform is throwing videos, podcasts, blogs. It's endless. All of that noise. It's easy to just scroll past without engaging. Content is expected to be free, on demand, and it's supposed to be tailored just for you. That's why there's an algorithm. The idea of supporting creators. Why? For some, it feels like it's an ask that goes too far. And honestly, not everyone gets the blood, the sweat, the tears that goes into what it means to create something. Not just to create something just in general, but to create something for people who are like-minded or for people who are lost. Plus, with so much vying for people's attention, it's tough to focus. You're clicking through. You're clicking through, barely registering what you see before moving on to the next thing. It's a lot. I get it. I understand that part. You said exactly. Hey, Snow, what's going on? Say yes, all right. A lot of people don't understand what it's like being on the other side. Like, it's easy to get on your phone or to be told, "Hey, it's fun time. Hey, come over here so you can get some entertainment. Hey, get over here so you can give some thoughts. Hey, get over here so you can bring up something to mess with your family members at the next family gathering." It is difficult to be the person who has to bring that to you. It's it's like you sitting at a restaurant. It's easy for you to sit here and complain about how the chef did whatever, whatever. It was difficult for you. It was difficult for the chef to go to have the orders, get the right cuts from the butcher, have that shit brought to them on time, season the shit properly in time in the midst of everything. Have you guys ever seen a pre-opening to a restaurant? People who work in kitchens work longer hours than some of the most people that I know. Most people are only there to say, "You just oh, how hard is it to make a steak? Throw the shit on the fucking grill, give it to me." You don't understand all the seasoning, all the hours, the prep, the kitchen, the cleaning, the following OSHA to make sure the shit is right for you and for many other patrons like you. Keeping with a tire, keeping everything nice and hygienic, making sure that your ass don't get sick, and then making sure that after all that shit, dealing with their staff, dealing with the major D's, dealing with, and even after all that, making sure that they give you a steak that you will see as quality so that your ass won't either complain or get sick. You never put yourself in a position of someone like that unless you have been there yourself. It's really how it turns out to be. Which is why when you look at the title, it says it's not easy, but you don't care. It's I would not tell somebody your job isn't shit. Here's the reason why. I can only say that if I've never done the job. There are people who turn around and say, it's easy to be a garbage man. Get themselves the first time on a job being a garbage man. They're crying for the shift to be over. That's just what it is. Most people can, for some reason, do not want to rationalize and put themselves in the shoes of other people who have to create things, create ease, create goods and services for them. Most people don't look at it that way. They just say, give me my shit. It's the same, it's the same concept of this, folks, and we've all heard this. We're all here as adults. I don't have any kids on my platform. We're all here as adults. It's the motherfucker that does this. I'm doing the cleaning staff a favor. You're not. You are not doing them a favor. You're creating a burden. You're writing a check that your ass can't cash. You don't get it. And there are those who know, who wish to speak up, who do not. Let's talk about the lurkers. Let me pick that up before I step on it because I ain't trying to fuck up my feet. Let's have a moment to talk about lurkers. Because this is why I say so often when I'm on panel or when I start my stream and I say, if you're here in the chat, do yourself a favor and say what's up to the community because you're here as part of a community. You don't have to sit back in silence. Most of y'all got fake names anyway. Most of you. So what the fuck are you hiding back in silence for? I just say engage positively with the community. Because I say a lot of you guys like to pretend that you're trolls and you really suck at it. Those who actually can make me laugh, you're worthy of it. Most of y'all, not very good at it. Just gonna be honest with you. Personal critique. But also when I see other people trying to engage with you, they're not laughing either. I don't see emojis. I don't see LOLs. I don't see none of that shit. But most of you guys think you're fucking comedians. And I'll tell you, like I tell people who are next to me who turn around and think they're fucking funny. If you really think you're that fucking funny, do yourself a favor. Go to your nearest open mic. See how well that shit turns out for you. Go to your local open mic. If you're not willing to go do that shit, stop assuming that you think you got the gift of gab. You don't. So I want to talk right now to just give a little bit of attention to lurkers. The silent ninjas of the internet. You there watching, maybe even loving the content, but you stay in the shadows, hence a lurker. No likes, no comment, just lurking. Worse, if you're a lurker, not all of you, but if you're a lurker that's also a hate watcher. Those who go to content creators that they can't stand, but they break out the lube and they just, I can't, I can't stand them. I can't stand can't stand her. Oh, she's such a bitch. Oh, I can't stand him. He's a douchebag or a low cow, whatever. And they just stroking to the hate, just feeding the hate, stroking to the hate. I'm not surprised if y'all play black background music. Y'all just got a whole other tab playing music and you just watch somebody on fucking mute that you hate and you go stroking. I said what I said. I said what I said. You don't like it? Guess what? I ain't worried. You know why? You're a lurker. I'm not worried. You ain't saying shit anyway. From a creator standpoint, that silence to the ones who are actually trying to support is deafening. Engagement drives visibility. Without it, our work is, well, it gets buried. But I get it. Not everybody wants to put themselves out there. Some people prefer to watch on the sidelines. And that's cool, but it does make us wonder, are we connecting or are we just broadcasting to our haters? Money talks. It's awkward. But let's not pretend it's not a thing. Creators got to eat. I know people don't want to say it. It's the most obvious thing that we can see out there. Creators got to eat. But figuring out how to get paid without selling out, that's a fucking tightrope. Ad revenue, unpredictable, and often a joke, by the way. Sponsorship, great. If you can get them without compromising your vibe. Merch, cool. But it's a gamble. Who really wants to buy the same t-shirt or mug that's sold everywhere else? It's just a different logo or whatever on it. Then there's the audience take on shit. Start talking money and suddenly you're all about the cash. But here's the deal. Without support, many of us cannot create. It's not about greed, ladies and gentlemen. It's about what we all deal with in life. Survival. Survival. It doesn't mean that they're on their last leg and it's the only thing that pays the bills. But it does mean that they're not really seeing something that's worth them staying online because they don't see the purpose. So what's the move? How do we bridge the gap between creators and the viewers? How do we? Yeah, unfortunately, Con, that only works on desperate Pan Africans. I don't know any Pan Africans in my community. You know what? Let's just do that to the 18 and rising. Do yourself a favor. If you are Pan African, raise your hand. If you are Pan African, raise your hand. You know what? Hold up. Let me make sure I call it out for you. Let me make sure I never think about these things. So I need to. Sorry. Thank you, Khan. If you are in here and you are supporting the Pan African Prince in here, and you think that there are people here in this damn community that are Pan Africans, and you are okay with a lot of other people that I talk about, just as creators and how we got to go through, but you are right with the whole point of the grifting. If you are Pan African in here, raise your hand, people, and do yourself this.
Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20. But thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. Before I continue this mess,
Donations, donations, gifts, gifts. He ain't say good enough for you. He ain't say good enough for you. I'm not with the grift, but if you want to be the Pan Africans in here, I'll give you the Pan African Prince.
donations, 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 donation.
I haven't done it. That's his words. His words. I don't go out there to make you feel bad. I just say if you actually rock with what I do, so we can get to a point where I won't even have to ask you for a thing again. Help us get there. Because I'm not doing this for just your benefit. But keep in mind, I do this because I think that we all benefit from this. That's not just the you thing. That's also a me thing. I like conversing with people for on a normal, a regular basis. I like having conversations that are important, conversations that are not just part of the regular knockdown, drag out bullshit that we get everywhere. I like having honest conversations about the things that people are not talking about because most people try to drag everyday honest conversations to be about the deadly niches that we talk about. You got a problem with your marriage? It's got to be about money. It's got to be about religion. It's got to be about politics. It can't just be about the fact that you guys have spent most of your time together and you're just trying to figure out how to stay together because, quite frankly, you're growing apart because, quite frankly, you've known each other for too long. Can't be that. Where are you going to get that conversation from? You know what? Because if you even try to mention that to somebody, you know what they're going to say? Well, as a man, you know what? You shouldn't be having that opinion as a woman. Get in that fucking kitchen. Get in the kitchen. You know why your shit is failing, Rebecca? Because you don't toot that ass up. Come on. You know why you ain't getting your shit down, Jacob? Because you ain't slinging that D. You ain't knocking it down in the bedroom. You soft. You a simp. You weak. Stop it. Stop it. The world is so much more nuanced than that. Someone's going to come up here and say, well, you know, it's because back in the days of Jacob and Abraham, stop it. You know, it wouldn't be like that if it wasn't for Biden and stop it. We're talking about real people. And when we jump to everything, all the other shit, we say that the conversation, that the explanation, that the problem hinges on external factors instead of it being about us. What's going on with us? You got some guy out there who's probably dealing with ED, erectile dysfunction, and someone is saying that the reason why you have erectile dysfunction is because Trump cheated on his wife while she was pregnant. How the actual fuck? How? How, people? Someone's gonna quote statistics and say, you know what, Resla, if you talking like this, you must have been disenfranchised because you know what, you must have been born to a single mother and you a simp and you know and you was in poverty because you grew up in the hood and you don't know shit. All of that shit is fucking. Well, part of it's true. Well, most of that shit is fucking bad. It's not true. I'll say this for the folks who didn't know this. I had parental figures in my life. I even for a short time I had a father figure in my life. But people will jump everywhere. Now, I won't even say about the mulberry bush because literally it's the burning bush. They'll smoke anything to make their point. People will try to do everything to gaslight you. They will shove gerbils up your ass and call you gay. I said what I said. I said what I said. Listen, I said what I said, people. It, if you don't like it, if you don't like it,
Donations. 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 Gifts. Gifts. Gifts.
I didn't say it. He did. I'm here to have a real conversation with you. Just saying. I'm just saying. We're having a conversation. That's all. We're having a conversation. Don't lab Zephyr. We're just having a conversation. That had nothing to do with me. Don't pay attention to that man behind the curtain. That had nothing to do with me. All I really want is understanding. For some reason, that's very difficult. And I just keep asking the same question. What's the move? I think for me, it boils down to having that balance, that bridge being created. So that it boils down to mutual respect and understanding between the audience and the creators. For the creators, be real with your audience. Share your highs, share your lows, share your needs. Authenticity builds trust. Listen, I can already say right now, there are you creators who will turn around in your mind. Fuck you, Resla. We don't have to hear shit what you say. I got more subscribers than you. Cool. If you manage to be watching this, you should be saying, if you have so many subscribers, you shouldn't be watching me. If that is your mindset, you shouldn't be watching me. Because you think of yourself too highly anyway. Just gonna say that. For the viewers, I think you should recognize the hustle behind the content that you love. I think that you should engage, you should support, and if you can, only if you can, throw a little financial love our way. I think it makes a lot of difference. Every little thing starts. Every little thing starts. I even said it in my last stream. The little things matter. There's nothing that doesn't matter. A lot of people keep trying to aim for the macro. It's the small things that add up in life. Everything matters. Doesn't matter what you're trying to throw in a hundo, or doesn't matter what you throw in $2. Everything matters. It's about creating a community, not just a transaction. When we get that balance just right, everyone wins. I'm not going to kill it too long today with you guys because, quite frankly, I don't have a lot of time with you guys today. But I'm going to drop this in the chat. Feel free to come up. Anyone, creator or supporter or audience. In fact, even the lurkers. Link is in the chat. Pin to the top of the chat. we can have a little bit of a talk about it. Because my time is limited now. Because I have to work the same way how you do. But I know how a lot of people like to believe that content creators don't work because they're online all day long. I spent the last, I don't know, 13, 16 hours not on YouTube, not on any social media platform at all. And yet, came home before he did, stopped by, threw on a live, thought about what he was going to talk about, couldn't come up with shit, turned around and said, you know what? This is what we're going to do. And since we already had the two that already that were donated, first person I want to bring up, he says, I like cheese. Shit. Speaking of liking cheese, I'll leave my guy blind. My guy blind in here. No, sir, Rochelle in. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think about this shit. It drives me crazy. And I think about so many people who are going through this. I'm thinking in real time. So many creators I can hear their voices. But I think thank you for so much, Rochelle, saying Starbucks fund from a creator who gave a fuck. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I do.
Starbucks is fire. Y'all put me on game. I ain't even gonna lie.
How so?
With that latte or whatever that drink was, remember the other morning?
Oh my gosh. Oh, he okay. So, folks, he finally experienced a caramel ribbon crunch
Oh, it's fire.
frappuccino.
So fire.
What are your thoughts on what I've said? As a person who has also been in the audience and also as a content creator.
Uh, you want both?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll do the audience perspective in my mind first because it's simpler. Um, for me, for the most part, there's two big groups of people. The people that just watch whatever is entertaining. Like it could be like a clip of a sitcom or a clip of a something or whatever, without
Okay.
ever really like getting like diving deep into the community there and like attaching themselves to what's happening. And they kind of just pass like through seamlessly.
Okay.
And then there's the other type that go start out originally seeking a niche like true crime sucks them in real quick because that's something that's very specific that people will be like, oh, I love hearing about crime stories, let me go watch some videos on true crime. And then with the live streams and stuff, you get sucked into that world and all that. So but then like the getting sucked in is the live stream part, the people that engage in the live streams. And it's almost like as if once you start engaging in the live streams, you're never going to get out of there, in my opinion.
Okay. And as a creator?
Oh, dude.
I knew this would I knew this where all the I knew this where you're gonna go at it.
Well,
I know there's more to it.
this is the part, that's the part that's the hardest. I mean, just it's so hard, bro. It's hard to be smart and how do you say, cognizant or like aware of what people want and still be entertaining. Because it's like what the entertainment comes from just being like, oh fuck the world. Like and people like that, but then you want to be like giving a message, you want to be like provoking thought and everything you do over here, everything that I try to do. Dude, I've been searching for that balance though, bro, for so long. Like, and I had to go to the extremes in both
It's hard.
ways.
It's
It's
hard.
really hard, dude.
It's hard, especially when you have something. So I deal with people who deal with this, who deal with this. When you want something structured, because I listen, you guys know I'm very structured. My
Yeah.
entire lifestyle is about being structured. But even to the point where I have to say some things just cannot hold the stability. What's going on, Rochelle? Uh, some things just cannot hold the stability. Like I can have a whole conversation, and sometimes you see what it's like. People will come up here and they'll even start engaging for a while, but eventually it's like pulling the shoelace just a little bit at a time, and then the whole fucking shit fall apart. Rochelle, what's your thought?
I was listening to what Blind was saying, and he is right in a sense that, yeah, you're a live streamer, and there are people who just sit there. I did a live stream recently, I don't know if you saw it, where I had to literally get rid of someone who was hiding in my community to avoid telling the truth to me about calling someone a monkey and being a racist, and it was bad. But I was literally destroyed on a live stream in front of everybody.
You
It
know
was
what?
really
I'm happy you
awful.
said that because I was telling I was there were people who was saying something on their own channel. I rock with them. Um, and I didn't have the time to see their channel because I was too busy prepping for the new employer that I'm working with now. So
Mhm.
but it was funny, like even to the point where I hear people say, "Oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that." I'm like, you don't understand. As content creators, this is what spurred me on to have this conversation because I was having this conversation with my girl, and she's the one that made me think about it. Like I walked
Yeah,
into the room, and she was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about what you were saying," and I was like, "Yeah, I was talking about this, talking about that," and then she was like, "Yeah, I don't think people understand what you do," and I said, "But I also understand there are people who they want to change their content or they want to have a particular style of content, but at the
yeah,
same time, you don't want to come off as being well boring, non entertaining, right?
mm,
It is difficult to put to have really good, solid information that makes people think, but you gotta
yep,
put it into a you gotta put that medicine in the candy that also they can laugh and everything about it, but not forget what you're trying to give them. I said it at the same time I tell these people it is very difficult. This is gonna sound racist, folks. It's gonna sound racist. Don't
racism.
don't
Okay,
take it. Don't take it that way, but I'm gonna say it. It's gonna sound racist.
I'll get over it.
It is as the creator, it is
Mm,
difficult to want it. It is the difficult to position to feel offended when you're putting yourself out there to be a dancing monkey and people throw
yeah.
bananas at your cages.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I
I said
always
what I
say,
said.
no, it's not what you're saying. It's what happened to someone who is part of the YouTube Black community, and somebody who was a former friend actually sent this man a jar of Costco-sized mayonnaise and bananas to his home in a box.
Why the mayonnaise? Blacks don't like mayonnaise like that.
I still don't know why that
That's not
is.
like that's it.
I think education has left the building for her. But yeah, I mean, send me mayonnaise. I'm running out. Um, and I could do some bananas too, but by God here, the tariffs would be enormous, so it's not worth it. But fine. Why? Why? What's wrong with you? You're disgusting.
Because they
Like,
can.
because they're disgusting and they deserve to be called out. And I
Well,
hate it so
I
much.
I don't. I think it's more than that. Here's my thing. People would. Let's just be honest. People
Yeah,
would not be disgusting and would
in
not be
person.
overly offensive if they didn't already know innately that there is someone that they can offend.
And for the record, they were so classy, they didn't even mention it except in
It,
private
it's like this.
over a
If you,
year
it's like this,
ago.
Rochelle. If there was if you lived in a block with a whole bunch of neighbors and there was one neighbor you hated,
I don't hate anyone.
let's just say it's a scenario like
I'm
really
sorry, I can't relate
there's
to
a group
that.
you just hated you neighbor you hated and you took a shit on your neighbor's doorstep. Your neighbor,
Sorry.
let's just say that neighbor opened the door, like they just saw your nice steaming pile of shit on the
Like I cross the street and have a
who
caboodle on
who
my,
knows?
my
Who knows?
neighbor
They might
like
they could be across the street, they could be diagonal, they could be two doors down. Let's just say you took a steaming hot pile of shit. This is wintertime. So when they open the door, they get the whiff and they can see the steam still rising off the bitch. I'm just saying
awful.
that you just got away in time, right? They may look at it and just go, hmm, well, that's interesting. They may not
Yeah,
even be mad, but what if it's the neighbor even closer to you who didn't even see you do it, turn around and go, I'm offended. I'm offended that that's enough to feed someone who trolls. Even if it's not the intended target, the fact that someone got offended makes them go, I just got hard.
Yeah, it's sexual. Yeah, like yeah. Look, it's just it's like making a stink you don't have to make. I get it. Yeah. There's always someone who's gonna get turned on by that. I get it. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I don't like a lot of cats. I do like black cats, but I don't like a lot of cats. I detest orange cats. I detest orange
This is my cat who went to heaven. I adopted her because she had cancer. I loved her. Her name was Nori. She was
Bro, I had
pretty.
like 5 of them, all named Butterscotch.
Honestly, and here's the funny part. I really despise all cats until I lived with a
Okay, I'm sorry.
until I
Here I
lived with
am.
two roommates. I lived with two roommates, two women, and they had a black cat. And of all the
Oh,
cats I ever met in my life, this was the only cat that I actually liked.
she really
Now,
was a cuddle
now
bunny. Or-
when when her niece brought over her brother and sister, I hated them. I hated them. And not for nothing, the same very cat that lived in the house that was originally the original cat, she hated them too.
Oh well, then there you had bonding moment. Um,
To me,
yeah.
she was my cat. She would get on my bed and I'd be like, I'm not even mad at you because you rarely get into my room. And normally when she walks into the room, she gets up, she goes, looks at me. She's like, "What are you doing?" I might be typing. She's like, she doesn't do what we see on social media, climb on your fucking keyboard and fuck with your whole shit. She doesn't do that. She go up,
No.
she get up to the keyboard and she go looking at the screen. She's like, I don't understand what you're looking at. And I'm just like, over here, look over here. And I still don't I still don't know what you're talking about. And then she'd go to the window, look outside, because I had a nice big tall window. So sometimes she would look at the squirrels and shit. She would just she'd look at all the trees. She'd go,
She just wanted to hang with you, man.
yeah, and then she would dip. Never caused me any problems, never scratched and clawed at anything, never ooh. But when the niece left her brother and sister, all you hear is hissing all over the place. I could sweep the floor and the fucking stupid orange cat lays and spreads all the fucking dirt and shit. And I'm like, beat the fucking cat upside the head and they don't listen and just look at you like I'm
Yeah,
used to being
orange
hit.
cats share
I'm used
one
to being
brain
hit.
cell across the world. There's only one brain cell for all the orange cats. So I'm sorry about that.
I grabbed that cat by the tail and dragged that shit halfway across the house and it did not care.
Nope. They're very friendly and very stupid. It's fine.
No, I don't know about the friendly part. Very stupid, I'll
Oh,
take.
I had an orange cat. He was a buddy. He used to
There was
just hang out. Yeah.
there was nobody who didn't work in that house who didn't use the phrase stupid cat. And we knew we knew who we were talking about. Not one of us.
Hey, but can we go back to the original
Yes,
conversation?
let's
Yeah.
go back to the
Okay.
topic.
Sorry, but I got rid of the cat for you, mate. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. I'll change my avatar just for you, Resla. I promise. I'll change it. I'll find. Do you like bunny rabbits, dogs?
No, no. When
Do you
I
want me
think of
just to find something
when I
that's
think
just
of
flipping you off?
when I think of rabbits, I think of things that easily die. Anyway,
Yeah. The bunnies can't save us now, girl. The bunnies can't save us. Um, well, I was just thinking of like Attack of the Killer Bunny Rabbits, like from the '60s movie, where they all come and eat you. Ah! Um,
li-
you know,
lies. No
Attack
one believes it. No one believes it.
it's a silly movie from the '60s in a drive-in. I like it. It's nice.
I didn't
Um,
see it. That's it's hard to believe.
it's
I will
pretend.
never I will never feel threatened by Thumper ever.
Well, apparently they were 8 feet tall, but yeah, it's like Harvey. You have to believe.
Yeah, no.
Um, no, well,
I would be scared of the fucking 8 foot tall rat than I would.
Those are called kangaroos.
there, there's Attack of the 10-Foot Rat movie too from the same
I know.
people.
I'm more afraid of that. I'm more
Yeah,
afraid
that would freak me
of
out.
Ben and Big Ben and all the rat armies and everything before Rabbit.
Yeah,
Not
and
gonna
those
happen.
big bug movies, those creep me out. I hate those movies. Yeah,
You
the
see,
Spider.
see, we mentioned Ben and he ran. Blind
I'm
doesn't like
sorry.
rats either.
Who does like rats? I had a friend who had pet rats. I always thought he was wrong in the head. They were
What
cute though, but
so
they got bigger.
what are your thoughts on this whole thing about people who are content creators, and about also the audience, and how do we
I
end
think
up?
trolls come in to watch you fail, to watch you suffer. I do like funny trolls. Most trolls have these really creative names that make me laugh. Um, I do enjoy that. I've been a moderator since 2015, excuse me. And so I'm kind of used to the fuckery. Um, whoop. So I'm not really shocked by anything. People who wait in the bushes, I call them the bushes. Um, I have a lot of that. People who don't talk and they just listen. So I'm used to carrying on, like you, with the conversation that I think of before I come on to satisfy those who
You know,
like to listen.
I want to take a there's another kind of person I haven't talked about, right? There's another kind of but they're potential viewers. They're not actual viewers. There are
Yes, I have
people
had a
who
lot of
there are
papers.
people who do not watch your streams.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who even if they see you as someone they like, or you may have been brought up a couple of conversations. There are people who do not like watching you unless they can see other people live. So, for instance, let's just say I have good fire conversations. I am a new content creator. I made some really salacious shit. I make
Mm-hmm.
some funny shit. I'm very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
None of that shit matters in their eyes if they don't see 100 or 1,000 people in chat.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Is that
To me,
strange?
to me, to me, that is the viewer side of pander porn.
Interesting.
I think this content creator sucks. Doesn't matter how new they are. Doesn't matter how long they've been in the game. If they don't have tens of thousands of subscribers, I think they suck. Even though when I see
Or
their
if they don't
chat
have like 200 people in
doing
chat,
this, I see their
they
chat
go,
doing
I'm
this,
out.
and I can't even fucking get a word in because I can't read shit. I still rather engage in that. You're not engaging in anything because no one sees your fucking comments. You know what? Then you sitting there, you're trying to at the content creator. No, why is it you don't read my chat messengers at so and so?
Yeah, you can
That's
only slow
why,
it down
dumbass.
so
That's
far.
why.
Yeah. You can only slow it down as a moderator and as a creator so much.
After a
Um,
while, no one's gonna slow it down. They're not gonna
well,
slow it
there
down.
is one thing you can do is you can actually dump half of the non-subscription viewers, and then you can dump 75% of them and have the membership people only if it gets too crazy. It
Who's
and
going
then a
to
lot
do
of
that?
big
Who's
subscribers
going
just,
to do that?
I mean, but big
Who would do
channels
that?
just get rid of them and just have subs only.
Who is going to do that when the thing that YouTube values most are eyeballs?
Preferential treatment to members
See,
only.
if YouTube just cared about subs, this would be a different thing because it would be a sub game. I could have 10 if I had 10,000 people sub to me. Well, let's just say I went live and I only had 11 watching me. Keep in mind, it was close to 20 earlier. It's 11 now.
Mhm.
If YouTube didn't care because all they cared about was subs, that'd be one thing. YouTube doesn't care about subs. YouTube cares about
No, the
eyeballs.
algorithm goddess only cares.
I could have literally less than 1,000, which I do. And if I have 100 and something people, 1,000 people watching me, YouTube cares more about that.
Mhm.
It
They
is what
care
it is.
about how much content you put out. That's really what they care about.
Well, no, not really. I mean, I think of
It-
content creators
uh,
like Brett Cooper. Brett Cooper in less than 5 months had 5 million.
Different people
Wasn't a
blow up for
streamer. Wasn't a streamer.
no. Yeah, if you're giving people what they want to see at the time, like long term, long video content, sometimes is what people want, and then sometimes if people are weird, and then they change their mind.
Sure.
It's very,
But all
it's
those
very.
content creators, all those viewers stayed with her. They stayed with her until she literally left the Daily
Mhm.
Wire.
Also, Emma Chamberlain too. She just got
But I
upset
also
because
think of how many content creators who are over 100K who left because their viewers were not supporting them. Because you
Yeah.
can be someone who have over 100K and not really anyone watching you. YouTube
Hmm.
cares about people who are watching you, not about how many people are sub to you. So when I
Not
hear
in.
people argue, even when I hear content creators talking about, and this is part of the thing that I kind of go through, which I don't like it, but I kind of end up going through it. There are people who say, "I got more subs than you. I got more subscribers than you," and I go, "Okay, cool." I mean, I'm not
All
really
to
here to
YouTube shit.
compete
All
with
to
you.
YouTube was about subscribers. It was all
Yeah.
about subscribers.
Well, no, no. YouTube doesn't care about subscribers because you know what happened. You know what poisoned that? When people started buying bots.
Yes. Now it's about
So now they
hours.
don't care. Now it's even to the point where literally at most people don't read these things, but literally as the 31st of last month,
Mm.
YouTube started saying that we're not even really gonna be paying attention to watch hours anymore. We're gonna be paying attention to how many people you have watching you live.
True.
So they care about whose time is being occupied rather than how many people that they think is
You
sub to
think
a
I
person.
watch. True.
For me from the beginning, I cared about how many people were watching me. I never cared about how many people were sub to me. I say sub if you want to. You know what's more important than that? The only reason why I need you to sub is because I need you to hit the like button. I need you to hit the notification that you get to see my content so that you can watch me and you know that when you're watching it live. Because most people do not want to watch my content on repeat, even if it's a video.
Excuse me.
A lot of
Mm.
people will not watch unless I have specific type of content. Most people don't even watch my video when I drop them because they want to see live shit. And why? I don't know. I'm
I
trying
think.
to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, folks, what is the difference between, let's just say there are content creators who are on my platform. What's the difference between you hearing them call somebody else an idiot or an asshole or a dickhead or whatever the hell live, than you seeing it on repeat, especially because the conversation that they're having doesn't have you involved. What's the
Because they're
difference?
hoping someone will fuck up, and it'll
What's the difference?
be. I don't know. It's
If
just
Dom or
real.
Conchery was there live to hear you say, you know what, Resla, you a bitch, and I think you're a nutless monkey, and I think that what's the difference between them seeing that on replay versus seeing it live? If we
There are some
never,
strange
if
people who
we
like to
never,
watch
but if we
authentic.
never acknowledged him, nothing, nothing
There are
changed.
people who don't know where to put the comma in a sentence, but doesn't mean they're not watching
There are lots of people who sit behind. I just, eh.
it. Yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah.
It is
I
what
mean,
it
if
is.
she,
But
yeah, it is definitely
you
what
say,
it is.
but you here's the thing. You say engagement, right? It's
Mhm.
there are so many creators who do not engage with their chat, and there's no engagement on your side if you don't also participate. You know, it's one of the biggest ways that you can participate. Come on,
And
guys.
hide it.
You already know
Come
what
on.
you know. You already know it's one of the biggest ways to participate, to put your forth your engagement.
Donations. Donations.
Ah,
Donations.
ah, 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 ah.
Donations. Donations. Gifts. Gifts. Gifts.
To help blind find a new drink from Starbucks, eh?
That's how a lot of people will also in chat end up engaging. It's got nothing to do with me. That's what he said. That's how because again, he can sit in his fucking car and you can see the fucking chat go crazy.
I have never seen anyone do that before. I'm going to be honest with you. Donations. That's creepy.
That way, that man got a whole funding to build up a whole school in Africa that hasn't been done yet. He's been doing it for almost a decade.
You're kidding. Which part of Africa?
Doesn't matter. The school is not built. Last time I heard, he finally said he got the gymnasium done. Still don't know where it's at.
Where in his pocket? Ew.
But people gave who knows how much money to him. But the people that they
That-
watch on a regular basis, practically every day, they
You know, those
ninja
kids in
watch.
Africa can't even afford their uniforms, so they can't even go to school.
Y'all tell me what I'm doing wrong. Y'all tell me what me and other content creators are doing wrong when there are a plethora of people who give money to people like that, and if not them, they give the money to anyone that has a little kid with a fly on their face,
I'll tell you what's going on with these
or the
charity
dog,
streams that
or
they're
the
doing
dog
wrong.
being hugged, or the dog being hugged in the
Unless
arms.
somebody has like a button where the charity goes directly to a legitimate freaking charity. Don't give an individual
How
any money
how do you know the button goes directly to a charity? How do you
because you
know?
can check
How
it
do
out yourself
wait,
and you
you know,
can.
no. How do we know that it only takes a couple of cents to save a kid's life? How do we actually fucking know that?
You do
A
know that
couple of a
like
couple of
$20
a
will
couple
buy
of
them a
hundred of dollars have
pair.
never saved our lives. We want to believe a couple of pennies can?
Money goes a lot farther there. A lot farther.
Not that far. Not that far.
Farther.
It it,
Well,
it goes farther than people digging out cobalt in a mine than it does those sitting in a fucking
I mean,
in a
like $20
stand.
won't buy a family for a fucking Mazda. But what I'm trying to say is, like, you give it to an individual, you're trusting them with money that they will not. They can give a portion of their money. So if you give them $100, if they give $1, they're technically donating your money to this charity.
What do we already know
Technically,
about when it comes to people with money? People who do not understand the concept of money and the importance of it spend it how? They don't spend it
any way they
responsibly.
want. Uh,
So us thinking that we're gonna give it to people who do not understand the importance of it are going to live in fine. Not I ain't say luxury, just fine. They have no fucking clue. The same way how when, and I'll put the political thing. When Trump said we're no longer gonna be funding farmers over in Africa, one of the
uh,
previous South African presidents turned around and said, "Why y'all getting mad? It's their
I'm
money.
sorry. I'm just thinking thoughts of happiness.
Yeah, it's their money.
Heal,
They could do whatever
heal.
they want. It's their money."
Yeah,
And I'm not mad.
yeah. But a lot of countries give aid to different
Sure,
countries. And they get
sure.
mad about it.
It's not an obligation,
No, it's not. But
but
yikes.
it's not an obligation. Who like this ideal of the brother's keeper for someone who's not related? Not a thing.
Yeah, but all the programs that he stopped in America it makes me sad.
And personally, to me, not mad at it.
All of them?
We need help.
That's what I said. You guys need help.
Who's you guys? I'm American.
That's what I meant. Like where I feel like ah
We need help. And
yes.
you know what I would love to do?
I don't know.
Not not pay for not pay for Arab Sesame Street or African condoms or whatever the fuck else.
Okay,
Well before
that's fair. But I'd
well
like to
before
know where
that
the
man was
money's
ever in
helping you guys.
office.
Like if you're gonna take it from one place, okay, but please tell the American people where you're putting it for them. That's what I wish happened.
I agree. But first and foremost, take it from everybody else. Take it from everywhere else. I would rather it be sitting there collecting than saying we're gonna put it somewhere and never we gotta figure out the problem with a lot of people is like, I'd rather save money and not know what I'm gonna spend it on yet than say I need to figure out where I'm gonna spend the money and keep spending money where the fuck it's at. That's like saying I should really be saving money towards making sure that I can get this kidney transplant. But until I figure out how exactly I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna keep shoving these 20s up Bubbles' ass at the fucking local strip club. That just doesn't make sense to me.
No,
Even though I might like bubbles, actual bubbles. I'm just saying, it just doesn't work. It doesn't help me towards the longevity of my future.
Yeah, good thing you're not Canadian. You'd be putting fivers there because we don't have $1 and $2 bill.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, just saying. You're saving with that dollar bill stuff. Yeah. You guys don't have no. You don't have $2 bills, do you? No,
Yes, we
no, you
do.
don't.
We
Do
sure do.
you?
Yes, we do.
I learned something today. If I feel better. Cool. I miss our $2 bills, to be honest. They were pretty in pink.
They're not something you see every day, but they absolutely are there.
You know, my dad said that to me. I think he had one, but my brother has it. But I thought it was like old as hell. Like I thought it was from like the 50s. But I've never seen one like a $2 bill in my change. I've never seen that.
Well, I mean, even to your point, Michelle. Like, name me something that's not. Name me something that if it's not looked after, if it's not looked at for the sole benefit of the people that's actually there creating it, that it doesn't become an actual risk.
A
There's
risk,
nothing.
I think maybe what concerns me is the insatiable need of someone's audience who, like the parasocial thing that goes on where people say, I know you. And I'm like, who are you? Because you've never commented in my chat ever. And it's hard. And then the insatiable need people have to come get someone who they know. And I'm like, who are you, dude? Because I've never seen you in my chat. That's
I
something I don't understand.
I don't have a problem with someone who I don't have a problem with someone who says that they know me, right? My thing is this: if you're gonna claim to know me, I need for you to bring the burden of proof that you actually do. The
Thank
same way how
yes.
I say when people I do the same thing for people who are across the board. And they say, I'm a good person. I need for you to bring the burden of proof to actually show that. Your words are not good enough. That's all.
I feel that. There you go. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's like this like empty blanket parasocial knowledge of me. And I'm like, dude, I didn't stream that much when I started. I only started streaming with a serious schedule recently, like maybe the past few months, less than 6 months ago. How do you know like what? And you've never shown up anywhere and I don't know who you are. And you what? You know, it's very weird. It like how do you have that much hate for me when I don't even know who you are? It's odd. And I don't come I'm not even a drama channel. Like
Hey
I don't
man.
go, okay, this is the person we're going to get today. No. Like no,
Oh,
I'm not a,
have you not seen the internet? That's exactly the way how these people behave. We gonna get him today. We gonna get her today.
yeah, I'm like, what? I don't do that. I don't threaten people with implements of horror. I don't threaten their baseball bats. I'm not going to roll up to their house, man. I'd rather go to the dollar store. What are you talking about? Like, bro, stop.
I am convinced I'm being hyperbolic because I'm just gonna be hyperbolic.
Oh, I love hyperbolic people. It makes me happy.
So
No,
I'm
seriously, I love that
there
shit.
there
I'm really
there are
like that.
there are absolutely people who I just believe. I just believe that just go, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with Rochelle today. I don't know how far I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna get her to toot her ass up online. There's
Yeah,
just some
that.
people I just think they're just gonna be. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna be so
But
flagrant.
just
I'm just gonna get her to show spread cheek, just show her whole asshole online
yeah,
today.
I'm
I don't
getting
know
her to
how.
show her emotional lady door for the world.
Yeah, there
Thank
are
you,
just
darling.
people out there like it, and there's some people that are just willing to do it for free.
Well, I'm not
For
monetized. I don't get paid either, darling. So you
no,
just do it for
there,
your own
there are
happy.
people who do it who are not monetized, who are not monetized.
I'm
They'll
not
do it for
monetized.
free. They're never
I don't get
monetized.
donations. I don't get anything. I don't get anything from Doctor. From Daddy YouTube doesn't give me shit. Just
Oh,
saying.
can you say that again? Because apparently everybody who's on YouTube is halfway to a millionaire. Apparently, can you say that again?
Daddy YouTube gives me nothing. But I give him like over 1,000 views in like less than 10 minutes on my shorts, and I get nothing.
They don't
I
believe
pay
you.
him a premium. I pay for premium my own self, so I don't have to watch commercials. So I pay Daddy YouTube to watch at my leisure, and I give him probably tons of shit money, and he gives me nothing.
They don't
So
believe you. They think
there
you're
you
secretly a millionaire because they're gonna say, you know why? We haven't seen your analytics. Even though we can see how many subscribers, we can see how many views you got on your videos. We don't believe you.
I get
We think that if you get
nothing.
so much as just 10
There's no
views,
commercials in any of my videos. There's
you know
no
what? No,
commercials.
you're still getting like 100K. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're a liar. You're
I
getting
don't even get to
100K.
have 5,000 subs. You kidding me?
You know you're
A
getting 10 grand a month. That's the way how people
gram of
behave.
cocaine. I have never tried her. Um, my father was a police officer. I would have been killed. I'm still scared of the man, and he's dead. Um, listen, guys.
Wait, Mel, you said racism against cats? What the fuck? Huh?
He's
What
not
happened
racist
there?
against the pussy cat. My cat scares him. She's got stinky face.
Not racist
Nori
against
really needed to
cats.
get her picture taken. She's a very stinky face. She goes, "Ugh." She has stinky face. I don't blame him for not liking no. She did break a lot of stuff in my house. I give her that.
Yeah, no,
She broke a whole plate glass window.
that fucker would be on the street
Love that for
evicted.
her.
That fucker would be evicted.
It wasn't her fault. Well, it was her fault. What
I'm like, yeah,
are you going
yeah.
to
You saw
punish
how
me
quickly
with
my
a
face
cat?
changed. You're not even gonna begin to tell me that it wasn't her fault.
My
Oh yeah,
husband was
it
like,
wasn't
"Oh,
her
she's
fault.
so
It was
cute."
gravity. It was gravity's fault.
It was gravity.
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out
It
of here.
technically was gravity. Crash. Um,
No, no.
ah, curtains come down, then the cat came down, then the window came down. The lamp went right through the window. The cat's on the. Never mind.
Wait, what happened, Constantine? You say, yeah, I agree. People shouldn't award the benefit of the doubt, but they need to earn it. Wait. Did you not hear earlier? The part of the
My
problem
shoulder.
is that everybody is over analyzing and over because here's the truth of the matter. Everybody looks at any small creator and compares them to what they think big creators do. Most people on the internet do not have a sponsor. Most people on the internet are not monetized as far as I
I
can
got
tell.
a Korean snack box once. I'm gonna die in wealth in potato chips, I guess.
Great example today, folks. For me, not even thinking about what I had to talk about because I didn't have enough time because I gotta work for Big Daddy government apparently because I cannot make a living doing nothing. Not even the last job that I had where I had hybrid and I could be able to think about a whole bunch of stuff, right? Because I have to turn around and actually go work for the man, right? Had to come in late, start a stream late, and we don't even have the normal amount of viewers that we normally have, right? Which is probably why they're
Mm,
saying, I don't think Wrestler's content is really good today. They gonna do me like Kanye. I miss the old wrestler. I don't know about the new wrestler. It's only been one day.
I don't have something to wear over my head I can see through. It makes me look like an egg. Oh yeah, you've done us wrong, darling. Ugh,
Just saying.
I know,
Look,
right?
the internet is not odd. People have always been odd. Always,
Mm.
always have been odd, and that's it.
Yeah, my
If
Jewish
I had
soul
talked about
cringes when I
something else,
see yay. I'm like,
if I had even come close to the regular bullshit niches that people want, yep, absolutely. People will be coming up here, and after I do my monologue, they'd be tearing it up and talking about nothing. They would bring it to all the other shit that had nothing to do with what the actual topic was about. So I talked about something that is in relation to people. mainly those who have to turn around and do content, and those who sit there and watch content. And
I
the
do
same
both.
way, and the same way I do for everything else is like, if it's not for you, boop, you can go, no problem. I don't get mad at it because, quite frankly, I don't get paid by YouTube. What do I care? If YouTube ever starts cutting me out checks, because if we ever get big enough to, then maybe I'll actually give a shit. But I can't.
Hear about the Twitch thing?
Oh, Twitch has
Speaking
always
of
been in
pay,
trouble. Trouble's always
oh,
Twitch has always been in
Dwight
trouble.
TPT. Apparently, Twitch was paying streamers that were banned from people who were being automatically had their accounts debited, like bank accounts or PayPal or whatever, who were like subscribed to memberships to
Hmm.
Twitch streamers who had been banned. And there's
Oh, I didn't know
currently a
that.
lawsuit going on. Yeah.
No, I
So,
did. I didn't know that.
yeah, I told you. No, 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 no.
Oh,
Uh,
I'd have to see that. Yeah, I didn't know about that. That'd be
yeah.
interesting. Because
So
I'm not
go
gonna lie. Even when I
go look
stream,
it up.
I stream to Twitch as well. And I'm thinking about pulling away from Twitch.
Well, if you do have any members on your channel, you tell them to make sure that they are no longer being charged, because there's
Oh,
been people charged for years for subscribers that they can't even enjoy their content because they have been banned for
honestly,
reasons that were not their fault.
I don't even know this since most of the people who I know are people who like to watch on YouTube. I know we had 20 in here, then we had 15 in here, then we had 11 in here. Now we got like 5 in here. For the 5 people that's in here, for the 5.3 people that's in here,
Hmm,
you gotta give us a little people too. 5.3 people that's in here. Uh, how many of you guys actually watch Twitch? I
I
didn't say
don't.
Rumble. I said Twitch. I didn't ask
Yeah,
about your. I didn't ask what your about what your grandma does on Facebook. I asked about Twitch.
everyone's. My mom is on Facebook. Um, it's for the boomers and this boomers who think they're Zoomers. Um, yeah, I tried to watch a friend of mine who was starting a Twitch channel, and there were so many commercials.
It is not worth going on Twitch. As much as I'm on Twitch right now, it is not worth getting on Twitch because it's oversaturated. It's over. It's just too much now. You cannot start. You cannot start on Twitch, and on top of that, because Twitch has totally. There was a time where it's like this. It's like imagine you being an OF model, right? Rochelle, you're a new OF model.
No,
You're a
I'd never be.
no. You're a new OF model. But here's the thing. You only do feet pics. And they're like, you know what? We're gonna pay enough for you to just keep doing feet pics. And then one day someone said, you know what? Your feet were nice, but can we get a little bit of smearing of cake or like on your ankles? Okay, well, your ankles and feet, they're real close by. That's not the problem. Then one day it's like, you know what? We had it in your crevice of your toes and the heels and the ankles. How about some calves? Can we do some calves? And then you do cat. Next thing you know, a year later, you're here doing whole cake sittings.
Like
Total,
cake farts.
total ass cheeks, 2 cheeks, totally sitting on wedding cakes, on birthday cakes, on fudgy the whale cakes, everything. At some point, it goes so fucking far. That's Twitch. That's how far Twitch went. So like now, like, cause Twitch started out, they did gaming, then they did content for people who did like videos and
They did
streams and
gambling
and,
too.
and, and, and they did fucking photographers and everything. And then at some point, Twitch just totally turned 100% into big breasted women who don't have to play video games no more and fucking IRL streamers. That's it. If you don't do one of those 2 things, that's it. And I mean, you can't just be a big breasted chick on the internet no more because even that's oversaturated. But if you look anywhere close, anywhere close, where you might get in this slip. You might get in this. You might get in this slip. And you know what's gonna say? They're gonna kill. They'll cut you off the internet.
All right, I'll make
They'll, cut-
them
they'll,
notice.
they'll, you'll get a 30-day suspension or whatever case may be. But if you manage to do an accidental nip slip, while there's a video game also playing in the background. I was just playing for the video game. I was just playing with the joystick, and my bra came off. Oops! I just had to cover. Oh, Mike. And if you just turn around and say, "Oh, I didn't mean for that to happen. I didn't mean that." Brought to you by G Fuel, and Gamer Subs. I just want to.
I'll remember to do that this summer. I'll do an entire cam slip, and my breastises will just fly out for everyone on YouTube. I'll do that.
But
Just for you.
you have to mention your sponsors. You need sponsors first.
Resla. I did it for $2. I'm cheap, very cheap. I did it for clout and views.
But you know what? It'll be easy if you just do it for Vietnam women, right, Josh?
All right. Well,
Damn
I
right.
love it. Actually, Vietnam is my 3rd highest viewer right now, so it would be appropriate.
Wait, how are they paying you in rice?
Josh, you messed up.
I need
You
to buy
messed up.
that.
You messed up. You could have had a whole YouTube channel just arresting people. You could have had the whole chest cam. You could have been arresting all kinds of. You could have been slapping bracelets on Vietnam men and Vietnam women. You could have been doing it.
I just want to make it.
You had to blur out their face. You had to blur out their face. You could have been
I
making.
would have been in prison so
Paint this
fast.
You would make more money than you have right now.
I'd have landed myself in prison if I'd have.
And on top of that, because it would have been almost considered evergreen, you could have sat in jail for a year, maybe 2. It ain't gonna last long. Year, maybe 2, and you could walk out and still have more bread just because you had to slap them bracelets on the lady boys.
I would have needed every bit of every dollar of that to pay for the psychology.
And you would have that
ran
and
through
more.
by Big Bubba over there.
And you could have that and more. And
I just bounce someone lookable?
You could have had that and you could have had that and more, sir. That and more. It would have been no problem. That and more. And then if anybody got mad, you could have went right to your therapist with no problem. Oh, so what are you here for today? What are you here for today, Mr. Jones? I'm here for this.
Donations. Donations.
God damn. Not this guy.
Donations. Gifts.
And she couldn't get mad. She would have been like, you know what, Mr. Jones, I think that you're absolutely fine. You don't need to see anything more. I'm writing you. You're good. Go about your way.
Write me a prescription of Xanax.
Who cares? You can take whatever you want. Take the Xanax.
You can get that on the street if you're desperate enough. Did I say that out loud? Oops.
It would have been what it was.
Don't get me wrong. I'm desperate, right? But it's just, I guess.
It's not my pay grade, darling. That's not my problem. I'm wearing my pajamas. I don't care. I have a fever. I don't give a fuck.
What's good? Lauren in the building.
I agree with Sasquatch. I have a preference toward cheap women, right? Like that's why I got a Vietnamese wife. They're extra cheap. Bowls of rice are incredibly cheap in Southeast Asia. To have you know,
I know how you got his wife. Because bowls of rice are really cheap, all the vegetables and everything. But if he just said, we're getting today, we're gonna eat meat. We're gonna eat meat today. We're gonna eat meat today. Yeah, I got some extra meat for you too, even after
the. Yeah.
That's how he got her.
The shade of it all.
I've never seen.
Burning.
I've never seen. Listen, outside American Asians get really excited when they hear they're gonna get the chance to eat beef. It's crazy to me.
He means this in 2 different ways. That's what the messed up part of this is.
I'm just saying. I said what I said. I'm just saying. I see it all over social media, on films, everything. They get excited when they hear they get to eat beef.
Oh my god!
What
kind of meat? What color?
Both kinds. But literally both kinds. And there's a horrible
Right.
backstory.
That's a-
So,
shit.
let me fill you in on the backstory, right?
Russia, there's nothing. Whether you want to watch it on social media, whether you want to watch it on one of the Asian films, you can watch it in one of the Cambodia, one of the freaking Korean dramas. You see, even the little teenage girls. But the father picks up his daughter from high school. She's like, why do you always send me out to go get groceries all the time? You always end up like, yeah. Did you pick up the kimchi and did you pick up the leek and everything? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I think we're gonna eat something special today. How do you know? Mom's been in a really good mood. She's like, did we get to eat beef today? Did we get to eat beef? What do you mean? Do we get to eat beef? How is it they are so starving they don't get to eat beef? Imagine some foreign guy, Josh, some foreign guy walk in and say, yeah, I'm gonna feed you some beef today. We get to eat beef? Yeah, I got some beef for you.
No need. Really?
Till they age up and turn vegan, right? Then all both parts of the coveted beef, right? Like that stops. Now I have to cook dinner because I ain't giving up. I'm sure I'm not giving up beef, right? So now I get to eat it. But now on top of that, right? When she says, "Well, no more meat," she also means both the cow and the sausage.
See, if it's one thing I've come to understand, you can tell the Asian women who are very foreign, who don't get that type of lifestyle. Say you tell them you can rope them in. It's like sportsman fishing. You just cast your line out there. You reel them in. Say, yeah, I'm gonna give you that beef. We gonna eat beef? Yeah, we gonna get beef.
Arigato gozaimasu.
But
Sorry.
if you get like the poor you get the poor Russian women and you get them in the liquor, and then one day you just say, "What happened, honey? I had a hard day at work." Really? Yeah, I had a hard day. You get to drink from the bottle today.
Yeah.
Rick, stop.
not-
What are you saying? What? Oh, God, kill me now. Oh.
And this is the plight. This is the plight of people.
Oh, my Ukrainian heart is burning. Oy, 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 oy. Oh.
And you know what? There are plenty of guys that say, "That's right. I do give a little bit indigestion. It's okay."
It's okay. I'll get over it. There's vodka here. I'll just drink my
But
problems
when they
away.
say, "My heart's burning. I think I feel something, a little something burning." You know what he says? The deeper, the better. I know some real grade A assholes. And when I say assholes, I don't mean the guy. I mean guys
I think the noble is still
looked
burning.
at grade 8 assholes.
Ego to
Guys who looked at
prepare.
some nice little assholes and said, "That's good."
God, prepare still glow for you, darling.
Just saying.
Oh, you God. Okay, I'm fine. I feel better now. Canada's
Glad you feel better.
me. My father would love you. I wish he got to meet you. God damn. He's up in heaven laughing with all my dead cats.
You lived in Asia, you're not correct? I know 4 guys who lived in Asia. One of them is on this panel.
I'm so glad I learned all that Japanese. It makes me feel better. I'll make sure I tell my friend Ian when I see him this summer.
You can say that, Leah. I know 4 guys. One of them's on this panel. If they're all saying the same thing, I mean,
I have to admit, meat is a very big deal. I can't say no.
meat is a big. I know it's a big
It
deal.
is
That's what
very
they were
big
saying.
deal. I cannot. I've seen people lose their shit about going to like a meat restaurant. Yeah.
Wait, so what? So what? So your one speaking doesn't trump their consensus. That's what the so what is. Your one speaking does not trump their consensus. And I mean, I know men who say this, who's from Vietnam. They are Vietnamese, and they say it. their country, and they say it.
It's not just Vietnamese. I've heard
By
Ian,
by
his
by the way,
wife.
by the way,
Um,
I'm a guy. I am a guy who's at least dated 4 different types of Asians. Well, technically 3 different types. Yeah, 3 different types of Asians. I've dated 4 Asians, but I've dated 3 different types of Asians. If you've met me, then you know I say a lot of stupid shit.
mm, but we love you,
I
darling.
would call it stupid. It's kind of like hyperbolic in a very comical and
And
abusive
this is
way.
what I say every time. If you don't like it, blame my mama.
Damn, it's gotta be your mama.
You gonna throw your mommy under the bus like that, darling?
Absolutely.
Kiss your mommy with that
Absolutely.
mouth?
Absolutely.
I'm telling my mother, Mom, she's mad at you. Did your mom ever hit you with a slipper? Because mine did.
No, we black. We don't do that. We don't
Oh,
throw
my
slippers.
family will kill your
Maybe
ass if you fuck
knives
up.
and fruit and things like that, but not slippers.
I used to get the spoon piping
That's
hot.
that's Spanish. The slippers are more Spanish. The spoon is
Oh,
more
no.
Asian.
Oh, whatever my mother was holding was a deadly weapon. It didn't really matter.
You see, in black households, even with the men married to women, where you would see actually this is black and white households, by the way. You would see the frying pan that's framed on the wall, and it's called the marriage
I never
counselor.
a pan. No,
Yeah, it's
that
called
is not
no,
that
no,
bad.
it's framed on the wall. It's called the marriage counselor.
My parents never went for each other, but it was always like, wait till your dad comes home, you're gonna die. Jesus. Um, yeah, yeah, I love the '80s.
If she disowned me,
Oh yeah.
if she disowned me, I'm gonna just say this: she was proud. That means I graduated.
Is she still? We're talking about our mama, not your real
No,
mama.
no. If you're saying that my mom, disowned me, that's called graduation.
Oh shit.
That's
No,
bad.
we talk about mama, aka OG is still number. He's the
That's still a
favorite.
graduation.
Oh,
Where's my party?
I hope OG comes over here and whoops the shit out of you one good time. OG, pull up. He chose violence today.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
This disown me is graduate. That means I have nothing left to tell you. Get the fuck out of there in the world and go ruin some lives. That's all that meant.
Oh well, I agree with that. I agree with the ruining.
Yeah.
But
So my mama will be proud. I mean, that literally means I did all I could do. Go out there and fuck the world up.
Sorry, I had a cough. Wow, that's some serious shit.
Listen. I made promises to my mom, and I fulfilled my promises. One of my promises was that not to make her a grandmother before 40. Everything else was good.
That sounds fair.
If I decided to break some hearts, it was on the table.
you
If I
remember?
had to turn some girls out, it was on the table.
Yeah, but see that he's not really
If
saying
I
anything.
decided to break up some marriages, it was on the table.
Jesus.
He's being a little hyperbolic in his explanation.
Okay, it just that was like
No. There's no
like,
being hyperbolic. There's no being hyperbolic for you having to quit your job because you fucking your director and her husband quit his fucking job because he was trying to work on his marriage while you're sitting there busting down his wife. And on top of that, they got a freaking 8-year-old boy who's saying, "Where's Resla at? We don't hang out no more."
No, the reason why Resla doesn't have any kids is because
I'm not saying that actually did happen or not, Russia.
The reason why Resla doesn't have any kids is because his aim is horrible.
You know why? Yeah. You know why? And you know why my aim is horrible? Because they swallow it all.
Damn.
Unlike you jizz ninja, you gotta shoot in the first hole you get into.
I can't help it, right? Like my pool game was so strong for like, I don't know, 15 years, right? And just one day it just, I don't know, slipped. Damn it. One mistake in life, and now you're gonna hold it against me. You're an asshole.
Oh, I don't have to hold it. That little kid you made has to hold you to it.
Damn.
He gets to hold it to you every time he gets to go, Dad.
I feel like I'm back at university. Thank you, gentlemen.
Damn, that little shit called and asked for money too, like a couple hours ago.
Guess what? That's what they do when you don't get. That's what they do when you don't get condoms.
He 5 and asked. I was like, "What the hell?"
That's
Mama
what you
dial
do when
here.
you don't get condoms. Or worse. That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you lay down and she said, "It's okay, I'm on birth control."
Yeah, that's on you, bro. I'm sorry. You dummy.
You big dummy.
Oh, I was super dummy. My old lady didn't even make that claim.
Oh, don't tell me though. No, you're not gonna say she got trapped. You're not gonna say she wrapped the legs around you and shit. You're not gonna
she's
say
tiny. No, it happened.
No. I know she's tiny. I know you rolled up in here ruthlessly. I know
happened,
you did. You
no,
got
it
what you
happened
got.
exactly.
You got what you got. You
it
got what
happened-
you got.
It happened exactly the way you said it, right? Like the clothes came
Exactly.
off. I got super excited, like pre-ejaculation, and that was done.
And I bet when he did it, he was sitting here on like, he called the job like, so I can get transferred, right? I gotta be where how long? How long? I know that's what happened.
all for 6 seconds of pleasure.
Goddamn shame.
Boy.
And you know why this happened, Rochelle, right? He doesn't believe in anal.
Dumbass?
No, he doesn't
Oh,
believe in
right.
anal.
You're missing out there. Anyway,
He doesn't believe in anal. Just give me one. Give me. I'm gonna be nasty right now.
I love that.
Give me a person outside of a Mexican who doesn't get pregnant by anal.
Damn.
Am I supposed to respond with a sound or a fucking sentence?
We're gonna burn in hell today.
Yeah, I where's the lightning? Whoa. Oof, bitch.
I'm just saying. Those are the only chicks I know. Those
I
are the
go to
only
step
chicks
on
I
your
know
face.
they get pregnant by anything. Anything. You just on their hands. They just like Next thing you know, weeks later, I'm pregnant. How?
Yeah, like you had nothing to do. Bro, look, I'm far from Mexico. I have no comparison now.
Yo.
I live in Snow, Mexico. All right.
You go.
Damn.
Motel 6.
I used to have one of them t-shirts. Damn it, I miss them.
You did that to yourself.
Look. Those brimstone seeds. That is crazy. That is crazy.
I think you're right, baby. I think you're right. Oof.
Listen, I've slept with a lot of girls. I've always been weird to Mexican. It was one girl, one Mexican. I was just like,
yes, tell us and line up another brimstone seat for you, darling.
oh, she might be the one. And I said, nope, I can't. You know why she couldn't be the one? Because she had a huge scar on her face, so I know she'd been through some shit. Couldn't do it. I don't know what gang she was in, but she was fine as fuck. Regardless, I said,
She could have had an accident as a child and fallen off a playset.
No, she literally told me a bitch slaps her face. No.
With a box cutter.
No, with a toenail clipping. Yes, a box cutter.
Double. You fucking asshole.
And she literally was with people who've been gangs. And on top of that, when she told me, I was like, I don't know him. And here's the sad part about it. Back in those days, I knew people in gangs. So when I asked around, I just had to figure out what sect he was in. I had to get some background. I was like, now I know who he is because now I've seen him with my own eyes. And the only thing I say was, "You let that motherfucker fuck you?" I mean, you still fine as shit, but him? You know what? Just play with it. Just play with it. Just play with it. Josh doesn't learn those lessons. He just fully commits.
Oh yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah, gathered.
He just fully commits.
But I only committed for like 2 seconds out of that 6-second span, right? Like my reaction time is what screwed the other 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just
This
gonna
is
say
not
that,
ingratiating you
and
to
I'm
do
gonna
that.
say that's your fault with that Quantico training.
No, what was my fault is I knew I should have known better than to go into that brothel.
Let you know, guys, if you want to be a Fed, you're gonna give up in quick head. That Quantico training had you shooting real quick. Cause they say
Can I
shoot
talk
first,
to a
and
friend
they
of
literally
mine?
said
Because he's
shoot
really
first,
like that.
shoot first, ask questions later. They take that shit to heart in all aspects, folks.
This is true.
All aspects.
This is absolutely true.
Shoot first, ask
100%.
questions later. And that's exactly what he did. He just took his training to heart.
Let me guess. Do you really work for Quantico? Because I'd really love to. I could guess what department you're in
Oh,
if you
Josh
do
is a
that.
Fed. He's 100% a Fed. He shoots first.
He ain't wrong. I mean, technically, he's not wrong. in more ways than one. That's why this shit's so damn fun.
Listen, people can say whatever they want about me. They call me an asshole. They can say I ain't shit. I really don't lie to you, though. I don't lie.
Was my face red?
Y'all can say a lot of shit when they say. I really don't lie to y'all, though.
You are, aren't you? You are Tox, aren't you? You are.
I'm telling
You
the
are
truth.
Tox, aren't you, bitch?
I'm telling the truth. End of the day, I'm not lying to y'all. I'm just saying. He put it out there, literally.
Yeah. Only way to be is honest.
You're not supposed to let people know. No, I can say it. I'm not going to tell them what to do. Oh my God. It's always the chemistry students who are the fucked up ones.
What's good, Christy? Crazy mom, what's going on? I'm just saying. It got nothing to do with me. I'm good.
Oh, fuck. Listen, I had the most fun with those guys in uni. Oh my God.
I've done dirty. I've done some dirty shit. Like I can say I have not done these things. Listen, Josh be trying to climb me. Like, no, I ain't put that. But I can honestly say I have not infiltrated anyone else's land. I have not totally gone so far under. I have not totally go so far undercover that I am part of the commies. I have not done any of that shit. Like, I would say this nigga, he is literally an international spy. I haven't done it. I'm just saying he's committed. He's committed. He went to Quantico. He went across seas. He embedded himself in the community. He got himself under the radar. He done made a whole communist kid. He literally picked up a girl with a red flag, and she's a 5-star rating on that flag. I can't say shit. He's about it. He's about it. If there's anyone who I'm gonna say is one of the biggest G's I know, that's him. He's committed. At the end of the day, I'm not going to judge his commitment.
I love cheese.
Wait, folks. He's a real patriot.
Damn.
He's a real patriot at the end of the day. He go farther than anyone I know. He a real patriot.
Damn. Resla take a compliment, turn it into an insult. Like,
I'm just saying. I couldn't do it. Listen.
Throw up. I'm gonna throw up. I'm okay.
I can't say nothing. Like he got listen, in that part he got me beat. He got me beat. I can't. I don't have anything that can say that I measure up to that. Like, damn, I can't. Oh, we very off topic, but if you want to get into it, we were talking about.
Oh, there's a topic. I'm sorry.
There was a topic, but we totally veered off of that. Look, like, yo, I'm just saying, it is what it is. I'm just calling out what was true.
Preach, sir. Oh my God.
I'm telling no lies. No lies.
About that. None of the creators and the bullshit we put up with. No. Yeah.
I'm just saying, listen. If you want to talk about anyone that I've met, Mission Impossible is this nigga right here. That's it. He did it. He did it. I know people, I know people who have moved around and have done several shit, but I don't know anyone who's ever completed the mission the same way he does and got to still go home. At the end of the day, when his government called and said, "Hey son, you ready to go home?" He said, "Yes, sir. Mission completed. Mission completed." I can't say nothing. He's good.
Yeah, but I'm still in massive depression, right? Because like I come here to the Northeast, freezing my ass off.
You say that, right? I don't know what patriot. I don't know what patriot comes home. He's not depressed. You're living the dream. You're living the patriot.
No, sir. It was nice and warm where I was. I came here and realized
you
that
complained about you complained about the swamps, about the malaria. You complain about
and now the toilet seats are like frozen.
You complain about the mosquitoes.
Like together is too.
You complain about the goddamn bikes.
Yes. Yeah. Especially riding.
I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Can't. I don't hear you were sitting there for I've known you for a little bit now. Like all you done is nothing but complain. I can't stand this fucking place. Fucking shit is hot. My fucking balls are sticking to my legs like gum. Like I can't stand.
This is true. Yep. Yep. That
those. So I don't want to hear about how it's better all of a sudden.
Oh, it's not better. It's just as bad. I come home and like I said, now it's frozen, right? Like
look at him. He misses communism. Look at him. He listens communism.
I do miss communism. Those commie girls
crazy.
What's wrong with communism?
Ooh.
They got him. Too much seafood. They got him. That malaria setting in. He's delirious.
Oh hell!
What? Come on! What's wrong with communism?
Live in Kiev from 1986, and then we'll talk.
You got. We're gonna go the Ukraine route. They got hot ass women, strong ass vodka. What more could a man want?
The vodka will run out and the women get old.
No, we gotta watch him now. We gotta watch him now. You know,
I appreciate you telling me I'm hot.
Country road no more.
I don't miss it.
I mean, everybody gets cold, but I mean, everybody gets old.
Yeah, and everybody farts sometimes, but I'm not going back.
He's sitting here missing communism now. You know, it used to be "Take Me Home, Country Road" when he was over there. Now he's talking about "Ain't No Sin," Ho Chi Minh.
Bitch, I ain't going
crazy right now. That shit is crazy right now.
Yeah, and this is before the Ukraine was independent. This was just part of Russia, so it was a different animal.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the USSR.
Ugh.
What? What's wrong with Putin? What the hell?
He was head of the KGB at the time.
So
Oh my God!
I'm an authoritarian. Why would I have like problems with the KGB other than the fact that it's on the other side of my stance? That's it.
Well, say hi to Siberia and then ask me again.
I've never been
Yeah.
to Siberia.
You won't like it.
Well, I mean,
It's
right
not
now.
fabulous. It is not the Rolex.
If it makes
Mall.
you feel better, if it makes you feel better, Josh, there's no malaria there.
Yeah.
That's true. There is no malaria. It's too fucking cold.
I lived in Estonia for like quite a while. It was cold
It's
there.
colder.
That's not the
It's
same.
very cold
Ain't
in
the
Siberia. It's like permafrost cold.
Yeah, it just stays
Love you
cold all the
much.
time.
Don't
Yeah.
stick your dick to anything.
Well, that's what women are for.
There is no women in a gulag in Siberia.
Not in the gulag.
Oh, in the gulag. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
because Putin would send you to Siberia. That Siberia's punishment.
well,
Just saying.
if people would behave, right, you wouldn't have to go to the gulag.
Sir.
You just have an opinion.
When I think of Siberia,
fuck.
when I think of Siberia, I only think of three things:
Hmm?
gulags, vodka.
There is no vodka.
Sorry. There's actually four things: gulags, vodka, because it doesn't freeze. Vodka doesn't freeze.
No, vodka does not freeze.
The thing is Siberian tigers and Siberian bears. That's it. I think of nothing else out there.
I think of gulag, snow, firing squad, and starvation. Have fun.
Oh, I don't even think about the firing squad. They're all out there. They're all out there to die.
Yeah. You're going to die. Bye.
When I think of the only equivalent that I can think of is not even now, it's back in the past. The only equivalent I can think of to Siberia, to a Siberian jail, was Alcatraz.
What the, now we're
even if you escaped and you got into the
food,
even if you escaped and you got into the water, the sharks were there for you.
There is no water. There is snow. You have to wait. You have to melt it with your balls.
Wait. Now we're hating on death too.
Some people lost their balls for Mother Russia.
Mother Russia, you lose your testicles for Mother Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice yourself for the kids. They come for you, bitch. You're in trouble. Have fun. Won't see you again. Bye. Big kiss. Kiss your mama goodbye. Yeah, if they don't poison you, they'll shoot you. That's basically
Someone said something I absolutely don't agree with. It was back in the day when we were having a debate. I remember this. I don't know why I remember this back in uni. We were talking. Well, I was talking about the KGB, and he said, "Fuck the KGB," and I said, "No. KGB be running shit." And he says, "You know what KGB is? Kiss gay bitches." And I said, "You're an asshole." Because if they hear that, they're coming for you.
You're dead.
And here's the funny part about that. His name is Dmitry.
Yes.
It was his country.
Yeah. I mean, who can be president in a regular?
He was
There's no
literally
election to last like forever. He's a dictator. There is no election.
He was no.
Okay.
No. First, Dmitry was 6'2", skinny, and couldn't even do 10 push-ups. And Russia is not a dictatorship because his people have to always ask him to run. It's not my fault. It is not his fault. He doesn't have strong competition, but he's always asked to run. Always asked to run.
Has anybody heard?
Keep in mind, if it's dictatorship, when's the last time you ever heard of Xi Jinping having to run? When's the last time you ever heard of Kim Jong-il having to run?
He's a dictator.
Having to run. They don't run. But Putin
Yeah.
does. Putin runs.
Oh
They never
my.
win. They never win, but he runs.
And
That's
I don't
Mm.
even understand why everybody's like all pissy about Putin, right? Like,
He runs.
isn't Trump
But
getting
at
ready
the
to
end
well,
of the
serve
day,
term?
wait, okay,
you
Kim
know
Jong
what?
Un doesn't
He's a
run.
little
Xi Jinping
scary
does
to me,
not run.
boys. He's a little scary to Michelle. Just
Xi
you have to
Jinping does
pardon my
not run.
fear.
Xi Jinping doesn't run. Kim Jong Un does not run. But Vladimir Putin runs for office. Nobody ever beats him. Little conspiracy.
Oh,
I'm
I want to
maybe
hide.
not, but he runs. End of the day, it just means that there are no strong competitors.
Would you
Whatever that
compete with Vladimir Putin?
Putin.
You'd end up disappearing.
Yes.
I would.
The shirtless barbarian
Yeah, on the horse.
who rides bears, who loves everything for Mother Russia. Yes, that one.
Modern Russia. Yes.
Mother Russia.
I would not. I wouldn't run against him. I wouldn't want to die. I wouldn't want my family to disappear. I would be stupid to do that.
I'm just
No,
sitting here.
your family, they don't disappear. They bury themselves.
They become children ice cream.
Children ice cream.
Sorry.
Not children ice cream. Jesus.
I have a very strange sense of humor. Sell me your wife. Give me the little girl. Yeah, sell
No,
me your.
it's not even sell me your wife. It's like give
No,
your
it's
wife,
give me your wife. Sell
your
me the
wife,
little girl.
give me your wife for nation.
Yeah. No, give me your wife. She is trash. She is used. Give me the children. Sell me your children. Give me your wife. You are
Give
nothing.
me your wife pussy. It's nation building.
I want children ice cream. I am hungry. Jesus Christ.
You
Um,
scream.
I,
You scream. We scream.
we
All
all
children
scream
scream.
for children ice cream. Yes. Yeah. My life with my whole family with
This,
their
this,
accent.
this is who Josh is promoting. What's good,
You
Dev
want
man?
to have children with ice cream? Have children ice cream.
He's
Get
about to
rid
come up.
of your
He's
child.
about to come up here to make sure that there's no dictatorship happening on the platform.
Oh my God. Pardon my.
No, I've been
But
watching for a while. But then something popped in my head that I wanted to say. That
Before you start, which head did this popped into?
Oh
the
shit!
top one.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So I've been messing with AI a little bit lately, right?
oh, lucky me.
And I'm doing it in a way where just I'm not doing it like other people. I'll just say that because
Oh, okay. I'll pay attention.
I'm strange. I'm strange. So I don't want anyone to know that I'm doing it, and I don't want it to know that I'm doing it. Right. So, but I've come to a realization, and I came to that realization while listening to your panel. Because at first I was listening and like probably for like an hour, I popped back to the beginning, kind of skipped through trying to catch a few points and stuff. And then I saw you guys going crazy up here for the last little bit here, right? You're just being silly.
Crazy.
It's good. No, it's good. But in my mind, I'm going.
The truth is silly.
No, but in my mind, I'm going. The world is in such a crazy place, and I'm just trying to go through the process in my head, right? And I'm a little bit like, geez, it doesn't even seem like they're talking about anything important. And then all of a sudden it popped in my head that, now I don't know if this is why these scientists are saying that there's proof that we live in a simulation. I haven't delved into that any more than surface level. But when I'm on all these debate panels and stuff, whether it's Dusty or Tomato,
if they're actually debate panels.
Well, I'm just saying, when I'm there, all too often, the people don't hear you. And then, like my husband did earlier when I said something, and then respond to what they think they heard and what their brain perceived, and then they give an answer that's not related to what I was saying. And I see that a lot on panels. And I saw it earlier today from my husband.
A lot in real life. Yep. Happens all the time.
And when I use AI, it does the exact same thing.
Yeah, because most people don't know how to. The same way. I love the fact that you said that.
Unless I give the AI explicit parameters, and then 10 minutes later, 30 commands later, it completely forgot what I said before.
No. If you make, so this is even the thing about ChatGPT. Most people do this thing, and this is where they screw up. Because this is what I learned about AI in general. Because I work with AI in analytics, right? So
Yeah.
even when we look for particular metrics, when we look for particular spreads, when we try to predict, right? Forecasting is some of the things that we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people are using the program you're using, so it has a lot to do with it.
If you don't create a prompt, there are people who are called prompt specialists. If you don't, because most people talk to AI as if it's a person, which is why they're already fucking failing from the door.
Mm-hmm.
You have to speak at it, not to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know how to create a specific prompt, then it knows how to interpret it. Most people try to have a conversation with AI the same way how we try to have a conversation with people.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't set, like you say, the parameters and how to speak a specific way to it, it will take whatever it has based on its own knowledge, own experience, and make what it can to fill in the blanks. That's what our brain is. No
Okay,
matter,
but if I say to an AI, for instance,
I love this about Tony, because Tony Robbins said this, and this is why I got to become someone who gets to work at prompts, or rather, someone who gets to work with people who work at prompts. The problem is the human brain will make up anything that you tell it in order to rationalize it, to justify the question that you gave it. So if you say, why is it would nobody like me? Doesn't matter whether it's true or not, whether it makes sense or not. The human brain will make it up because your brain is a computer. Consider it like AI. So even what like Tony Robbins said, and I laughed at it because it was stupid, but it makes sense. It actually is true. If you say, well, why is it that I'm trying to do this? Well, you're trying to do this because you want people to be in your area, area expertise. Why do I want people to be in my area, peer area expertise? Well, you want people to like you. Well, why do I want people to like me? And if your brain comes down to go, you want people to like you because you're a turkey. You'll tell yourself, well, damn, I'm a fucking turkey. This is why people were like, if that's the last thing that your brain can actually tell you, you'll see that as the last logical explanation. People see me as a turkey, which means people see that I'm gullible because we think of turkeys as gullible.
Also, I've noticed with people on live is if they have decided for their own content or their own retrospective or their own narrative that they have decided to create that day, even though they know it's not true, even though I may have said, no, this is not what happened, this is what happened. You could leave the stream or sit there and they'll say, so you did this? And no, I did not do that. That's not true. And they'll continue to carry on the narrative, and the people in the panel will continue that narrative. Like you never even said it, like your husband said to you. Like they never even made the statement. And the thing is, people don't have good listening skills, or they just don't bloody feel like it, or it doesn't adhere to their content that day, or they're just trolling that person, or they're being a dick. Like, no, I feel like talking like this today, and this person is ruining me slamming them, or this person is ruining my narrative, and this is what I want to talk about, even if it's not true, because I want to put out that misinformation today, because it adheres to my hate train stream. So also, people have what's called neurons that connect to each other, and it can be damaged by too much alcohol, too much drugs, too much, not enough like nutrition. People don't mature till they're 25, so they may have their brain might not be completely formed, or they're just immature boobs, and they just want to be dicks to the people who are listening, and they just won't even, I mean, how many people have we seen have a chat and someone will disagree with them and then they'll just magically disappear because they do not follow the narrative that they want to construe that day. So people are removed from panels, people are removed from chats, and people don't pay attention. So it seems like whomever is talking to them, what you're saying doesn't exist. Or it seems like whatever the people say online doesn't really exist. But it does exist. It's just whoever is running that particular channel just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't know where Resla went, but
Sorry. I was.
It's okay.
Sorry, I got a notification from one of my
No, you're
food.
good.
Also,
I like
that,
food.
that theory I've noticed with what's really weird about AI is sometimes they'll hear your information on a phone and then you're like, how did you know that?
Yeah,
And
no,
it creeps you out.
I think Resla kind of gets what I'm talking about. I don't think Raquel understands what I
sorry.
mean. So no, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Damn it, I forget what I was gonna say.
I'm an asshole.
Oh yeah, so I got banned from a panel earlier today.
No
Yeah.
way, not you.
Yeah, the panel and the chat for asking somebody what their pronouns were because I was joking.
No way, not you.
Yeah. And so most of the people there knew me. One person that apparently is the guy whose panel it was, wife. I guess maybe she doesn't know me. And I asked her what her pronouns were as a joke because they were talking about like a really horrible thing that happened, and I was trying to lead up to something, and I'm just doing what I do. And then I get banned from the chat and the panel, and I'm sitting here going,
Wait,
so am I supposed to?
Whose
Pardon
channel
me?
was this?
Uncle Tom.
No, really?
Yeah. He wasn't there though, right? So I'm sitting here.
Wait, was it Uncle Tom? Wait, so let's just make this clear. Was it Uncle Tom's
I have no
channel?
idea.
You said he wasn't there. Was it Uncle
No, it was
Tom's
his
channel?
wife was there, and I think LA and OG were running it or something. I don't even know.
Was it OG's channel or was it Kai's channel or were they just multi-streaming?
I just showed up. I'm not sure which channel it was. One of the guys that was on the panel, they said, "Oh, you better watch it because she's the channel owner or something." I said, "Whose channel is this?" I think they said Uncle Tom. I'd just woken up, and then whatever, and then I got banned, and I'm sitting here going, so is this really what life is? Like, really? Like, is life that I have to go around watching what I say to everybody? They just get to spurge out and act like a lunatic whenever they want because I say something that they don't like. Like, if that's the way that it's going to be, good.
Well, can I ask? I've got something really counter for that. What makes you think that you get free speech on a platform that doesn't have it?
Because I didn't say anything that could be considered to be offensive or anything like that.
No. That didn't get. What makes you think you have free speech? I didn't say whether it had to be offensive. What makes you think you get free speech on a platform that doesn't permit it? You don't know what's going to offend them, and if it offends them, why shouldn't they have the right to get rid of you?
Because they don't have the right to be offended about everything.
No. That's where we're already having across a conflict of free speech, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they find what you say to be egregious to them, and it is, and they are someone who has power in that channel, then they have the right to deal with things how they see fit. Is that not right or wrong?
All I can say is this:
who has rights to the channel. If they think that what you say is not beneficial to them or their platform, they are allowed to do something about it. Because, quite frankly, if it's woven guidelines, because there's no guidelines for speech.
Yep.
Keep in mind,
and
I like open speech, but if it wasn't for the fact that I've seen YouTube themselves do heinous acts against people, and never once have they said there's free speech. then that means every platform is up for a particular thing.
Well,
No, I get that, but so, and I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. I didn't want to get into a discussion about this, but you asked, so I told you. And then that's because it's someone that you know. It's become a discussion. So,
Sure.
This is the problem. I asked so am I supposed to go around and just watch what I say all the time, or else then they can react however they want? And you just told me yes, correct?
No, that's not correct. See, well, you asked me with something totally different. Because
I'm trying to break it down to the brass tacks, dude. I don't want all the flowery stuff. We're gonna have a conversation.
Brass tacks is you should either understand the platform that you're on, or you should
Mhm.
ask what are the do's and don'ts prior to you trying to just straight cross over a line that you don't even know exists.
You don't think that's a whole lot of wasted time?
Sir,
you think I'm going to ask that before I say everything?
On a person's channel. Yes.
Mhm.
Hold up. Go back to the initial premise. Should we watch what we say? Would you go up to your boss and say some fucked up shit to him?
Depends on what he said to me.
That wasn't the question.
Right?
That wasn't the question.
Like, if the answer is depends on what he's going to say to me, right? Like,
Yep.
Then it would be the case that you just have an issue with consequences.
No, you're not understanding.
Or like a lot of people, you just have a problem with authority.
Yeah, that's what it is. I have a problem with authority. Oh my God.
But I want to present an alternative perception here, right? So you say you're of the perception, or your perception is that you were joking around with them, right? It was a joke, right? What's to say that they're not joking with you? And so if you're going to joke around with them about, you're going to joke around with right wingers about pronouns, right? Maybe they're joking in return by saying you're a victim now.
You mean by banning me from the chat and the panel?
Yeah, they've effectively made you the victim.
That's funny.
Wait, okay. I don't know. I wasn't there. Again, I had a whole long day wait.
I'm not saying that is the case. I'm saying that's just an alternative perspective.
I mean, not for nothing, but we all take this risk regardless of where we go, right? That's really what it is. There are people who show up on my platform who, quite frankly, for all intents and purposes, who show up on, not even on my panel, who just show up in my chat, who should be banned. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They should be motherfucking banned. They really should. Because they don't help me whatsoever. Sometimes they get timed out, but they haven't been banned. There are some people that just outright needs to be banned because it doesn't help my community. They're up there for them. They're not there for no one else. There are some people, but I leave it open. Sometimes I have to time motherfucker out because I'm just like, I don't need to deal with you. But there are some people there are some people that just should not have to come back. I don't know whether you got quote banned or whether you were timed out.
I don't care about it. I had forgotten about it till I came up here and just mentioned it. I'm giving it as an example.
About it, you came up because you came up to actually mention it. And
no, I didn't. I had forgotten it even happened. I came up to talk to you about the AI thing, and then I'm just trying to give an example of something.
Cool. Go. All right. So I'm trying to figure out how you relation to AI. Go ahead.
Because it's the exact same thing as I'm trying to talk about. Is what is. I specifically said that to see what the response would be. The fact that they responded in the way that they did, or whoever did, is on them, not me. Right? I love how I'm not trying to tell you guys what you're saying, but what I'm hearing is somehow their response to what I said was somehow my fault. So that's great, but all that does is give a person like me open license to then act like an AI to achieve what I want, so that I can then teach them a lesson for what they did. Now, I don't have a problem with those people on that panel, right? But that's how I operate, right?
You know what's the difference between what you just said and what the AI does as someone who has to deal with AI platforms?
Sure.
The idea that you as an AI think that you can teach, that you would go out of your way to teach an individual a lesson. AIs are not enough to do that. But
I'm saying I will.
What they do is give contentions against their parameters,
Yeah.
or what they do is they give information. What they don't do is try to
Yeah.
teach a lesson.
That's yeah. I get you. I get you.
And it still wouldn't even matter. Like, what would be the point of, like, I don't know, an open lesson for asking like crazy questions to an AI and not
Well,
expect
well,
consequences
well,
No,
it's
no,
more
no, no,
deeper.
no, no.
It's more
You're
deeper than
missing.
that. What is it from another person that think that if they are on someone else's platform, given whatever metrics, despite no matter how flawed they think that the metric might be, think that it's in their purview to think that they are there to educate someone else.
Damn.
Do you really think this platform is going to absorb your lesson?
Again,
Or
I will have uncomfortable conversations. The idea that we think as individuals that, and this is probably
Mhm.
part of the problem that I have. This is why I was even having the conversation about the disconnect between creators and their viewers,
yeah,
because viewers don't even understand what creators go through and what creators have to measure up to. And I think it's
Right.
very interesting that when we, even as creators, when we're on somebody else's platform, somehow there's a disconnect between when we're there and how we view the actual creators that are there. One
Yeah.
thing that I say, even being on my platform, is that there are that the majority of people who show up on my platform are not influencers, and influencers are people who I say who show up on plenty of platforms who do not do content themselves, but they have voices that everybody know who the hell they are when they show up. Content creators are people who actually we know that do content, whether you want to talk about streaming, videos, shorts, whatever. But they come up and behave in a way that they won't even do on their particular platform, but think that they can do it on yours, which is a matter of disrespect, especially for someone who claims that they know the same crap, right? Not respecting someone else's household, but thinking that they can walk up and kick their feet up on someone else's couch. So, did we, as content creators, make sure that we knew whose house we were in before we decided to act and show our ass in a particular area? That's the question. Because when I'm on someone else's content, I tend to sit back and try to figure out what's the rules. And if you're saying that I should be able to say whatever I want to say, no, depends on the house that you're in. And I'm asking you in particular, did you not understand the house that you were in?
We're past that, but I can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I was on to the next step.
And just to give you a heads up there, 10th fan, Webster's the one just explained what happened and taking, I guess he did, telling you what happened.
Are you talking about the chat or something?
Yes, the chat.
Oh,
Christy
this gonna
Webster.
really
Scroll up.
have to read it or post
You can
put
read
it up
it.
or something.
I'm not reading it on panel, but you can read it. And that there's your answer.
Wait, hold.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like,
Wait,
okay, so hold on. Can I have a minute, please?
Well, I'm gonna give you a minute. I want to address somebody in the chat. That's what I want to do. And
Okay.
I'll give you a minute. So Wyatt, you can come up, but I'm interested in what you're gonna say about this. Yes, again, link is pinned to the top of the chat. I'm interested in what you're thinking.
yeah.
Christy, I'm looking at what you're saying here. I'm not in any disagreement. I'm not really in much disagreement. Your perspective, your perspectives. That's not the same disagree or even agree. I'm just watching and I'm listening and I'm reading and trying to figure out what's the best course of action. Go ahead, Tiff.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I love how this.
Did you come over
It's
here?
so hard for me. It is so hard for me to communicate with people without being insulting, because I'm trying to have a discussion that's like a broad ranging discussion that involves all of humanity, right? And AI, and I'm trying to I'm just trying to figure out the distinctions and stuff, and Risla's up to it, and he's like, okay, well, this is the problem with the AI, and I'm trying to have a discussion about AI. That's what I came up to talk about, and then I'm giving an example of stuff versus AI and human, right? So it's a pretty high level discussion where you'd have to understand AI and human psychology to have the discussion. And then Joshua says, what about that comment in chat? And then I say, well, read it to me because I don't have chat open. It'd be a pain in the ass. And he goes, no, I'm not going to read it to you. It's like, oh, okay. And then we go, and then the comment has nothing to do with what we're talking about. And then I go, oh, okay, all right, fine. So
well, it would be.
I don't
it
want to
would-
discuss the
It would in a
circumstances.
sense if you can't seem to recount your own question to the AI, the same way you weren't able to recount accurately what happened a little while ago.
So here's my thing: if you say that you were up on a platform, right? Because you're talking about this whole thing when
It
it comes
was
to
an
AI.
example, but yeah.
But
go
no,
ahead.
but an example, in another way. But you mentioned AI and you being up on a platform, and then you being dropped for
Mhm.
you saying particular things on the platform. But if
Yep.
Christy, as apparently someone who's a part of the scenario that you're talking about, says,
Mhm.
I paid to get you dropped off the panel,
Okay.
not banned by the chat. I wasn't asking
Okay.
for it. So she's addressing you specifically. I mean, she was a part of it.
So why was I banned from the chat?
You were not banned. You were
Yes, I was. It
dropped.
came up and said that I was banned
Sir,
when
sir,
I tried to type into the chat in YouTube. It doesn't matter, man.
No, it does matter when you bring the first part in context. I don't understand what you're signing so heavy for because you brought it up. Because guess what? Truth matter. You two are the only one who knows anything about it. We don't know.
I was giving an example. I didn't want to get into a discussion about that. The relevant as to the circumstances, and then it's even more evident when they say you weren't on topic. You say I wasn't on topic. You think differently than me.
Wait.
For you to tell me how I need to think.
What was the topic about?
I don't remember, Resla. That was like 5, 6 hours ago, 10 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours ago.
Don't say you don't remember if you don't. Just say you don't know.
I don't remember.
I had a whole monologue.
Yeah.
Wait.
I didn't catch that today. I tried to listen to some of it,
but
but
you didn't know. So you didn't know. Don't say you don't remember. You didn't know.
Yeah.
You didn't know. Don't say
you
don't
talking
remember.
About,
you just didn't know.
Oh my God. Are you talking about this panel or that panel?
That is the proper. Wait, it's only been one panel because I've been live the entire time. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because guess what? I was never a part of that show. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I can only talk about what I talked about here. And when you turn around and talk about, well, I don't know what I know you talked about earlier, but you have no fucking clue because you even said I wasn't there for your monologue. So you have no idea what the show was about. It's not hard logic to follow. It's not. And just saying, I don't understand what people who just turn around and say, I don't know. Can you just tell me? That's not difficult. I don't know why we have this thing where we just don't want to admit fault for anything.
I'm completely lost even what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Then we're done. There was no reason you mentioned anything. Anything.
About what?
Because what you did not do was related to AI at all.
Yes, as per my input and the response. That's what I was trying to discuss.
Two other people who was up here. Do you find any relation to what he was talking about? Is there any correlation?
Not as
No.
Yeah, not one-to-one mapping onto anything.
Wow.
I know. I've been listening.
I don't know what's going on.
I know what I'm hearing. So I'm trying to figure out how. And there are two other people who up here with me because we were having a conversation about AI, and they're lost as well. Maybe take a step back, figure out if it doesn't really have a relation, and in what way that you can better convey your message so that everybody's on board. Because you have three people who came up here who do not understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is human beings are just as dumb as an AI.
Oh, boy.
So your entire topic, or I'm sorry, your entire point is that everybody's an idiot.
Love that for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and the implied
people have certain
concept
fortes and uses, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes right down to it, I mean,
Are you
Wait,
including
do you understand you are part of that idiocy?
You're talking we're all Soylent Green? What are you going for here?
No, do you understand that when you say that, right, you are also part of that idiocy because even you try to make a point that no one else caught on except for you who thought you were making a salient argument. You understand that maybe you also might be faltering a little bit in your own examination. Can you think that maybe, just maybe, that might be you as well?
I don't. The only risk, see, because
Here's my point.
human beings are not
Here we go.
static, right?
This is why the word that gets propagated so much across the internet is disingenuous because motherfuckers cannot commit to anything, even about their own fucking faults, in real time.
Damn.
I can adapt to almost really.
That is the
Really?
problem.
You pause, and then when I start talking, you start yelling at me.
In real time. You literally did this. I made salient points 3 times, and all 3 times you will not just do one thing. Admit that maybe you're the only one that's reading into something more than what it is, or maybe you actually play a part in something. You want to believe that you're the smartest person in the fucking room. That's the problem. It's your ego.
Oh, I don't want to come at you, Resla, but that's not what I.
You don't need to. You could take a break. I don't need this shit tonight. You can take a break. I don't have to suffer y'all. I don't have to suffer you. Y'all fucking up. I don't know what y'all think y'all bringing. I don't need to suffer you. If you're gonna be disingenuous, take that shit somewhere else. You came up here with a whole shit that had nothing to do with what the fuck we were talking about. You try to relate to something that had nothing to do with anything. You had 3 people who's up here having a conversation that you brought into, and you fully fucked that shit up. And then when I call you out on it, you still couldn't fucking manage it. I don't have to suffer you. Have a good night. Come back tomorrow. That's crazy. I don't know what y'all think y'all are. You're not that important. If you cannot have an honest conversation, I don't need trolls.
Damn.
This is not your stream. This is not your show. Woo! I am not even lit enough. Crazy.
I take back what I said on the last our last panel. I'm just gonna sit here and relax. My God.
The fuck are we doing?
I have no fucking clue.
Motherfuckers really think it's about them.
Yes.
This is Opinionated with Resla. We're here to have conversations. Not the entire derailments about bull fucking shit. That shit made no fucking sense.
No.
No, Christy didn't do nothing wrong. That was all him. That was crazy. Yeah, you got kicked off a fucking platform from Christy, and you got kicked off here because your ass didn't make no sense both places you went to. The fuck are we doing here? That's not you, Christy. I can understand why you did it. That motherfucker made no goddamn sense. You sit here and think I need to sit here and decipher retard. I said what I said.
Does he think he's the only one who's actually played with a fucking AI app? Like sincerely.
That shit was insane. And think I need to play along with it. What's going on, Peace Dynamo? That shit was crazy.
No, wow. I'm sorry. I tried to
Don't feel bad.
I felt bad.
Don't feel bad. Someone else tried. That lets you know it ain't you.
I thought I understood what he was talking about. about
No,
like first
what
he
he was
started being
talking about is
creative,
I
and I was
wanted to
like,
complain because I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, and motherfuckers called me out, and I wanted to do on someone else's platform, and they kicked me off, and I felt butthurt about it. That's what the nigga was saying.
mm-hmm. Yeah, people get mad when I've had to kick them, and they act really like
And I'm
pressed,
not
and
with
I'm like,
that.
no,
I'm
me
I'm
neither.
not with it. That I'm not with
Like,
it. We're not here to play the victim Olympics. We're not.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I never understood that. Why you people go? You know what happens? People get upset and they go live to live to live to live to just wah, and you just get over yourself. Get some self awareness.
That shit was wild. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. I know. Yeah, normally it's me being patient. I didn't have it. I gave my grace. I gave opportunity. I gave it 3 times.
Mhm. He changed subjects 3 times. First, it was about not getting to be obnoxious in someone else's house. No,
Rewatch, rewatch it.
yeah, it
I
was
you
quite.
won't because you just think you're right all the time. I gave you opportunity. You
Now
refuse.
I gotta ask this question based on the topic now. Do we get to actually ask 10th man if he actually really cares?
He does not care because the truth of the
No.
matter is like other viewers, especially other content creators who should know better. It's not about the person that they're watching. It's all about them. And there are plenty of people who are sit up here as viewers. That's not about the content creator. It's all about them.
I honestly wouldn't need someone to pay me to get someone off stream. I would make a judgment if they were just
They will get mad
yikes.
if their favorite content creator turned around and said, I think I'm gonna leave. Favorite, by the way. Someone that they feel it's like relationships, right?
Mm,
You don't want someone to leave you that you've invested in.
mhm,
But if you never invested, but you showed up anyway, what do you care if they left or not? Never really hurt your pockets. Never really helped your interest. A lot of people who watch, even the lurkers, behave in the same way. If I watched you, Rochelle, for over a year
yes, sir.
and I
Mhm.
barely gave you anything out of my pocket, do I really care if you leave?
Why should you?
Exactly. But if I sat here and gave you week after week after stream after stream after stream, and you sit me to me, go, I'm gonna ask you why. Why? I thought we was building something. Why? I'm gonna have
Building
questions for you.
marriage? But I
And
take
too many
nothing from
motherfuckers
anyone.
think up here thinking that they have power and control and have say when they've done nothing.
Yeah, those people are scary. I'm going to be honest with you. They scare me. Like they scare
I
me for
even see people who
themselves.
have given literally 99 cent. I don't know how the fuck that's even possible, but still, 99 cent. I've looked at people who have not been online for months, right? But they have
Mhm.
a membership and people are subscribed to them on memberships. They're
Yeah.
giving up 4.99, and the person has not dropped shit in over a month, over 2 months. Make it make sense.
People think it's like some kind of weird kind of like connection obligation. Like it's like I said, it's like a parasocial ownership. Like they feel like they know you and they have the right to drag you along the coals. It's very odd. And I don't know if you don't, like I said, you can buy a membership,
They
but it
absolutely
doesn't.
do. Inquisitive, they absolutely do. And you know, it's one of the best and ways that they use to boo people from panels, especially people from the chat.
Yeah, that makes
It's
me cringe a
it's
little.
called a bounty.
Oh, really? So what's the average cost of a bouncing? Just of
See,
my personal.
what you're about to do is to step into very dark territory.
I'm curious though. For someone who doesn't charge anybody anything or have any kind of cash apps or any of that bullshit.
You're about to step into a dark territory because literally, Josh was there. My last like stream, 2 streams was literally about to talk about me and bounties on my channel.
Then I won't discuss it. I'll leave it alone. But I have to admit, I am curious. I am deeply curious. Because this is a concept that I have always known about.
You say that, Inquisitive, but even Blind has been dropped for bounties on my stream and never multiple times. Even Blind gets sick of it and runs away.
Well,
People don't
apparently
just
it's going to pay
stay
the
to get
bounty to dump my
dropped.
ass. I'm
Yeah,
curious. How much did I cost?
only people who are there and they are with the growth of a channel and they are creators themselves will sit there and be willing to get dropped continuously. Most people who are trying to really have a conversation will not allow that. They'll just get hit with a bounty maybe once, maybe twice, and they'll be gone. And keep in
Well, he
mind,
was bought.
it also depends on what your threshold is for a bounty, and also you have to actually have to factor in how long are you willing to be online.
I helped him do a 30-hour overnight stream, and he still bounced me.
You have to do more than 30 hours before you.
No,
I can tell you
I
on
did like
average,
12, like
on average, you would have to be at least putting in almost 2 hours before you see a bounty.
I was helping him for a long time. And then I came back to give him more support, and I got bounced. Yeah. And that was my thank you.
And you have to consider how popular that person is and if they're making a good point. Because if that person gets a bounty and they get stricken down, someone else might actually like that person enough to actually pay to have that person back up. But how many people can we say really hold that kind of sway?
I've earned myself I'm good enough to be bounced. I love that for me.
But are you good enough to be brought back up and then bounced again?
I left. I was like, bye, you're on your own. I wrote it in the chat.
And I will say it again, the problem that I have, the ultimate problem that I have with bounties is that if a conversation is really good and there's a perspective being made by any particular person, it means that any person, doesn't matter how dumb they are, doesn't matter how smart they are, can pay money because money doesn't care about intelligence to drop somebody.
Yeah, he did an apology for me on his stream, but he didn't tell me he was going to apologize. But I got an apology.
Who did an apology?
Wait, blind did one.
About what?
He said, "Way."
I don't know. I don't know what I'm not really sure what Blind did an apology for.
For taking money. He said he returned the money. Yeah. I don't know if someone's going to apologize to me. Don't you think you'd tell me you're going to do an apology stream? I was told by a friend who was his moderator.
Not everybody does. I don't know about anything.
I don't know.
It also doesn't
Like I
help
said,
that
to that.
it also doesn't help that I'm not online to look at everybody like everybody's face. Like honestly, I don't have the time. I really don't. I'm
I
too
don't
busy.
have time for that. I didn't even notice I had an apology just several days later. I'm busy. I was busy being sick, actually. I got horribly sick after that. I'm still sick.
That's the other nasty thing about being a content creator. A lot of people just think that you don't work for a living. You just here online, just looking at other people's shit or making shit for them for the night or the day or whatever. They don't ever think that you're doing anything else. This is how you make a living. So apparently they all think that you're rich. This is the nasty conundrum of being a content creator.
I got other shit to do.
You don't have a regular job. You don't have kids. You don't have a husband. You don't have nothing. All you got is them.
I live for you.
Nah. Damn.
I said what I said. Y'all don't think that far. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because as a content, as a audience member, I've thought that too. So I know y'all do it.
I'm absolutely sure it's true. I only live with Resla.
I love Resla. I love his snap. I love his bite. It makes me happy.
Damn.
What? It's nice to see someone who's intelligent on YouTube who has no shame and give him
no. Don't make me write content on that. There are plenty of people who do not think I'm intelligent. Oh, no. There are people who do not think I'm intelligent at all. In fact, they love clicking on my ooh, you about to make me you make me fucking
What? I still think
I'm
you're
about to choose
intelligent.
violence. I'm about
Fight.
to choose violence. Oh, I'm about to choose fucking violence. There are
I still,
definitely people who believe that I am not intelligent at all, I'm not smart at all,
are you
anything.
kidding me?
Because you know why? They just want to come up here and click on my fucking panel and show they whole asshole gay. Show their whole
Oh,
asshole up here on my panel because they can't even bother to sit through my monologues. They can't bother doing anything. They can't even bother engaging with the conversation because you know why? If there are
I,
plethora of people up here, if there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 of people up here, then they got to be the 10th motherfucker to show up. Not 10th man, but they got to be the 10th motherfucker that show up to turn around and talk about somebody else and not about the actual conversation. Dumb motherfuckers. I said what I said.
you mean the person who dislodges and ruins your stream by talking about irrelevant bullshit?
Up here, get up my platform, not to engage with the conversation or anything being said, but just to come up here and deep throat another man. I said what I
Damn.
said.
Damn.
Get on your knees, bitch. That's
Come up here and then want to talk about another man's ass licking their asshole. Them motherfuckers.
room shot action.
I said
Okay,
what I said.
and I love it.
If you don't like what I said, here's what you can do, what you've already been doing. Do a fucking stream about me.
Why? I'm delighted right now.
I still won't mention you because you're not important enough.
Oh, the shade of it all.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do a whole stream about, oh, I was up here, blah, 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 and then redo my fucking content. Go ahead. Go react to my fucking content. What do you want to talk about anyone on my content? Or even want to talk about me? And I won't say shit because you're not important enough to me. I
Can I
know
just
a
tell
lot. I know a lot of people will come up on
what?
platforms to try to make themselves, try to create enemies so that they can become important. You're not that important. You
Hmm.
can't make me. You can't make yourself an enemy of me. I have to choose that. I know a lot of you like to believe that you're really smart and you're manipulative enough. You can't create an enemy for me. I have to choose you. And a lot of you are just not worth it. I said what I said.
Oof. I love that. Yeah, usually.
Go ahead. People in the chat, go ahead. You're gonna clip this as well. You're gonna send it to your favorite creator and say, look, rest are looking for enemies. Not what I said, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I have to read this chat.
I'm going to ignore them. Just like I've been ignoring them for over a year. Literally. Who have you seen
Oh
me go?
hell,
Who have you
you
seen me go
shade.
online and clip and review and talk shit about? I'll wait. All my content is available.
You're gonna be waiting a while. People like that don't confront real people who actually need it. Yeah, they're scared.
And
I
I've
mean, do
had
you
people
think
talk about me for
they
all
would walk
types
up
of
to
shit.
you in real life? They'd panic and run away, lock themselves in their car.
Rochelle, you better be careful. All that dick holding. You better be careful. You better be careful. They
No, I
throw
fucking. I'm not
they
holding your dick, right? I'm telling you,
they shoot strays. They shoot strays at anybody
I don't give a fuck.
because that's the only thing they can do is clip somebody else's content and talk shit. Here's
But
another
then I
thing that's
have a
also
message for
here's
them. You
another,
ready?
another thing that's also funny. If all of my content, keep in mind, I've been over memberships for a month and I never dropped anything for anyone to buy. If all my shit was memberships only, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't dare pay me money to clip my content. I said what I said.
He did. So relaxing.
In fact, they would get pissed if I simply just put it as private.
Choking. Maybe on your dick. I don't know. Oh, well, I said that. I said what I said. Excuse me. I need a drink of water.
You better be careful. I like gags. I like the gag
I
reflex.
had to
Go
make
ahead. Be
that. I
careful.
had to make the joke. I couldn't help myself. I'll get rid of the cat for you. I'll be the only bitch showing my bitch face. Hold on. there.
I'm just saying, whether y'all the lurkers or not, you know who you are. You know who you are. I don't need to call you out. People who are subscribed to you will see when you go live and you review. I ain't got to say shit. I don't
Let's
even need
see.
you to tell me.
Perverts are saying. Oh,
You know what?
really?
Thank you for saying that. They are reaction perverts. Thank you for saying
I
that.
love that for you. You're all stupid today.
Damn.
Happy Tuesday. Oh, it's still Monday. That's why.
I can feel it right now. There are people probably in this chat right now saying Resla talking shit possibly about you in their DMs.
Why is it people always think you're talking to them specifically when you're not really talking to anyone
Because
specifically?
hit dogs holla.
Mm. All right,
Because kid dogs holla and those who like to say messages to other people look at them as their alpha. Oop, did I say that out loud? Shit.
Damn.
Oh shit! He did that. Now what? It's so hard being an asshole, but I like it so much. Anyway.
Can't have kids going after the asshole. That's why Resla doesn't have any.
That's why I'm nasty.
I adopted.
Damn it, Resla. What the hell? You know what? How'd you come up with this topic today?
I literally I came up with this topic because I've been hearing people for quite some time talk about how they don't really get support. And as myself, also as a content creator who also talk about like there's no support, it's because they have so many options of people who's willing to give them anything and they're willing to give that money to them. Rather, again, it's not about just the money, it's about the fact that you don't even spend time on the content creators that you really like because you'll chase after the person who has more viewers. And I've seen it. I'm like,
This
you
is a
give
constant issue.
yeah, like you
It's
have somebody who's giving you something authentic, but rather you keep chasing after the people who keep saying the same shit. Different face, maybe even different gender, saying the same shit, and you're okay with it. And I say the same thing all the time. You go after people who are not even giving you shit that you can really see in your own life when you turn off your fucking phone or when you turn off your fucking computer or your laptop
invented another
or your magical space dildo or whatever the fuck you look at social media on. Maybe you rub the head of someone's dick shiny enough and you get YouTube on it. Whatever the fuck you're watching social media on. The
Damn.
fact of the matter is that you'll look after people who give you the same shit all the time. But if you look at some but he at the same time, when I talk about the audience, I also talk about the people who do content, the fucking content creators. You don't deserve shit. And again, you want to throw me in there if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Everybody got their own different opinions. Opinionated is the show.
I mean, you remember how like the family bloggers were everything to
Sure,
everybody.
but if the idea
Now
is that if the idea is that, and this is what I say, if the idea is that you are ambulance chasing, you just do what everybody else is doing, you don't really deserve a high. You don't really, not even a medium. You don't really deserve a fan base. Because what's so different from what you're saying that anyone else is saying? Like you have to be so fucking different. And let's be honest, most people are not being different. And I said this before and I'll say it again. This is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. Even though you're up here on this very platform right now, if StreamYard went away, a lot of people are gonna be hurt. I said it.
They don't have to be.
He's the truth. He's not the truth. He's not the truth. A lot of people are afraid to do content on their own because if they don't review somebody else's shit or if they don't have a panel, they can't do content. You can take that however you feel, whoever the hell you are. I never gave a name, but if you felt the way about that, that might be you.
Just do what gives you joy, man. Share it with people. So just do what makes you happy.
Sure. Do whatever you here's my thing. Do whatever makes you happy. That's not a problem. But when you decide that you want to guilt people into giving you money, yeah,
Oof.
we got a problem. We got a problem. There's a problem. I thought you was doing this for fun.
I
I,
am.
I thought you were out here being fun, doing your thing, giving out your fun, whatever. You're not sitting here talking about. You're not sitting here threatening people's stream, threatening your own stream. If you don't give me money, I'm gonna cut the stream off. You're not sitting up here talking about donations, 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 gifts, gifts, gifts.
Oy.
If you was about the authenticness of shit, you wouldn't be doing that.
Mm.
I say support if you like the stream, support so that we can get to a point where you don't have to worry about them more. Because trust me, if I start making corporate dollars, it doesn't make sense to me to ask you for something when you help me get there. If you financed your car, you paid it all off. What do I look like still asking for payments on it?
Yeah, it's kind of redundant.
If the car's still driving, what do I look like asking for payments on it? You paid it
True.
off.
It's fine. It's great. It's done.
You helped get to the point. It's paid off.
Enjoy
Most
your
people don't
shit.
look at most people don't look at it that far. I'm just gonna be honest with you because they don't ever see themselves getting at that point. Because they only look to see how many people can they take for their actual hardworking dollars. I would
Or they
like to
want
get
more,
to
more, more,
I
more, more, more.
I like to get to a point where I don't have to take from your pockets because I know you're out there having fun, taking care of your family, taking care of your friends. If you're single, and you want to give money, give money. I'm not knocking you for it. But if you're someone who has a wife, kids, whatever, you can't really give. But the few times you think, I'm not going. Honestly, this is for you. If for the one time you're watching me once a week, whatever, and you're sitting there like, I don't really have time to donate to Resla, but this is the $110 that I have for the entire week because I got 4 fucking kids and I got a fucking wife and I got a mortgage and I got to send them to fucking summer school and I got to do karate. But you never hear me say, "Well, nigga, take one of your kids out of the fucking karate so you can get." You wouldn't catch me doing that,
Mm.
but I've seen content creators who do it. Who would say backhandedly, you know what you need to do? You need to bust down your wife instead of paying for that prostitute, and then you can give me that money.
Hmm.
You need to find a way to be a better man so you can get up and actually skeet up in your wife instead of you paying for that prostitute every fucking 2 weeks when your check come in, and then you can give that money to me. I know there are content creators who be like that. Not gonna say who. Just saying.
Mm. It makes my head hurt.
I say get what you can because I don't do YouTube for a living. Like you, I work for a living. I work for a living. I pour money into this just like you. I do not expect all about. And here's the funny part about it, guys. You said the mic fund, right? We were doing the mic fund because my mic keep up. If I
I just
let,
contributed
wait,
to Starbucks. You deserve it.
let me no let me tap the mic right now. Let me tap the mic portion right now. Ain't no mic. Look, shit cut out. Mic fund, right? Paying for the mic fund. Guess what happened? Guess what happened, folks? The amp is in right now. I got some extra large cables. I'm waiting for the mic in. The mic is supposed to be coming in tomorrow, supposedly. I wanted it today, but supposedly the mic is supposed to be coming in tomorrow. Actually, there's supposed to be another box for it. Let me see, because Amazon said it was going to deliver early. It was going to deliver today. Hold on, let me check right now. Let me check right now. Hold up. It says arriving today. Hold up, let me refresh the page. Let me refresh the page. Let me see if it came in. Come on. Shit set a fucking delay. So wait. In case you say wrestler's full of shit. He just sitting there blowing smoke up your ass. I put a lot of things up your ass. It'll never be smoke, folks. So 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 here you go right now. Here you go right now. Look. Not delivered it. That's for the fucking the lifter. Hold up, folks.
Yeah, DHL always tells me it's coming like later,
Wait,
and
wait.
then they deliver
No,
earlier.
bro.
They
Wait. Here's
earlier.
what I got. I got one of the newest cloud news. Look. I got me some cables. I just need
Huh?
me the fucking mic.
You have the lead, and you have the thing that
I
connects it.
asked for you to help me for the mic fund. You guys helped me. Part of it, again, it's not even you guys didn't even really pay for all the mic fund. A good portion of it still came out of me, but I still helped. Hey, help me to get to the mic fund. You guys pay for a good portion of it. I pay for a good portion of it. I'm waiting for it tomorrow. I thought this other piece was going to come in, so I'm waiting for that piece, and I'm waiting for the mic to come in tomorrow, and then I have to wait for some time when I'm not working, so I can try to get this new mic together, so that we don't have to worry about this this bullshit happening right now. Hold on, I haven't checked my mic.
So I gotta
Now,
go to
can
bed.
you hear me right now? Okay, cool. Now you can hear me now. 'Cause I'm looking at my like. So you can't say I didn't even invest. You guys helped me. You guys help me. I also help as well, and we build a stream together. The same way how I said we build this together. I'm not just sitting here saying whatever and then because the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, if I just want to do this for me, y'all get whatever y'all get. Don't even fucking ask me, rest of you, when you gonna whenever the fuck I feel like it. You know why? It will just all be on me. Again,
I gotta go
I
to
approach
bed,
the
mate.
conversation. But the
I gotta
whole
go.
point of the conversation was to say, listen, this is the difference between both sides, and we need to understand that we build this together. I know a lot of content creators complain about their side of it and wish that you could do better. And I understand your side is also a person who's in the audience and say that we can't always do better because we're all hardworking people. We all have other obligations. We all have family members or whatever. And something that gets lost. Some of the content creators cannot look at the audience, and the audience can't understand the content creator. I get it. I get it. You said you saw that. You saw that, right? You saw it. You saw that, right? You saw that, right? Hey, you saw that, right? Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm just saying. So it's not even like, well, donate to the mic fund, and I'm just blowing smoke up your ass. I said I need a whole fucking setup so I can make sure we can do this. How am I lying to you? I said y'all could call me a lot of shit. The one thing I really can't say is that I lied to y'all because I really try not to make it a habit to lie in general. Not to say I'm not capable of lying. I make it a habit not to lie because the shit that I say I need or I want from you. If I need to lie, it's just best that I don't say shit because why would I need to lie to you? What outside of what we need to make this better? What else do I need to say to you that I need to lie about? And that's what you should be thinking about versus other creators that you're probably looking at who probably might say anything to you to get them dollars out your pocket. I'll be honest with you.
Nothing to me. Absolutely nothing.
I'm just saying.
I get you. I'm gonna drag my ass to bed, mate. I'm tired. It's time
Sure.
for me.
You I would prefer that you crawl to bed, don't drag your ass to bed because you're gonna
Yes,
leave,
sir.
you're gonna leave all kind of burn marks on your thighs and your knees, and when you're just just
Just,
you don't need
just,
to
just drag my ass.
no,
Yes, sir.
no
No
need.
need.
You're good.
All right, darling. All
All
right, thank
right.
you, gentlemen. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me out. I definitely appreciate you.
Appreciate
I,
you.
all right, so
Take
All
care.
right.
see.
Take care.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank you,
night.
sir. Bye bye.
So you watch people just doing walkthroughs. Without the narration sometimes. I mean, sure, do what you love, do what you like to do. People get content in all kind of ways, and that kind of falls into the whole IRL thing. I'm not really an IRL person. I'm not. If I cause I'm when I'm outside and I'm enjoying life, you know what I don't be thinking about doing? Can I share it with everybody? I'm not. I'm living life in real time. That's not what I'm thinking about. You know. Well, my girl was saying to me, like, you have two phones. Yes, folks, I have two phones. You have two phones. Why don't you record yourself doing it? Because I don't think about it. Because if I'm not in this office, I don't think about it. I don't really don't think about it. It's very rare that I'm outside and I think about recording or going live or whatever. And maybe I should, but it's not in my mindset. I like living life.
Damn, it's actually a good point. I actually don't understand how people like don't have like a work phone and a personal phone. Like it seems like it's I don't know, like life is a hell of a lot more difficult when those two get conflated together.
Yeah. I literally listen. I literally have. Hold on. Let me get my other phone. Let me get my other phone. Get it off the charger. No one here. I have two phones. I'm not gonna tell you which is which. Crazy psychopaths. But one I take care of with all the other business and stuff that I do. The other one is my personal life with my family and my actual close friends do so. That's it. What's good, Nightish? What's going on? But it's just the world that we're in and the way how people see the world, or rather see the internet rather than how they see the world. If in real life people are going through whatever, what makes you think that the people that they're watching online doesn't? And at the end of the day, yes, entertainment and all, even for those who really like it, like me, even though there are definitely times where I have not liked this, but I just let it rock because, quite frankly, I look at the chat and I go, I can't believe y'all like this shit. I can't believe y'all like this shit. I mean, you know what? Here's the funny part. I was looking at some of my looking at an old content that I did. Hold up, let me move this real quick because where's that stream yard? Boom. I'll move that over here. Do this real quick. I was thinking. So I had a friend that she was telling me. She finally was looking at my content. She was like, "Oh, I like this. I like that." It was mainly a short, but she was giving me some of her favorite shorts that she did, and I was like, "Whatever." But one of the things that I felt like, even when I'm just saying this right now, which sparked the conversation in my head, was the whole people will say anything. People will say anything, and they'll do anything, and they'll follow anything in terms of what they consider to be important. Just consider to be important. Not that it is not that it revolutionized their life or whatever. And they bring it to the top. They bring it to the top of the forefront, and then they start following what everybody else does. Like not for nothing. Like this chick here. Hold up. This chick here. Who remembers this? A lot of y'all don't go back into my actual shorts or short stream or what the fuck? Or short form content because y'all just mainly think of my streams and that's it. Which is why I also said a lot of y'all won't look at previous streams.
I can't believe that this is actually going viral. Is this y'all new queen? Is this y'all new queen?
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
And this is what happens when we don't have any particular priorities and we'll just throw anyone into a highlight area right at the top to the point where they're even going out to go look for this chick. But y'all have at it though. Good luck.
Damn, didn't age well neither because she turned around and fucked Oprah. Like, the internet made her popular and she turned around and screwed a lot of people over.
And what did I say right then and there? I can't believe y'all even going out of your way to go look for this chick. I cannot believe that y'all even went out of y'all way to look for her. But plenty of people did. All because she claimed to be nasty. I never once saw this chick and thought that she was a nasty son of a bitch. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. It is what it is. You know, I was even watching. What was I don't remember. She was giving me all her list, and I saw some of them, but then I started scrolling through a whole bunch of other shit that I did. And honestly speaking, when I had a friend, like I was my friend when she gave me her tops, her top. Wow, let me just finish that sentence. When she gave me her top her top shorts, and she didn't really give me videos. She gave me her top shorts. it made me really miss doing content creation. Again, like even when I started doing all this thing on YouTube and in social media, it was never with the idea of just being someone who would go live. I when I started doing content creation, I went from doing videos that I was doing lives and videos, and I did that for a long time. I did live videos, and then somehow between I came live videos and shorts, and then somewhere in between, I started falling off on the shorts. Then I started falling off the lives, and I started doing streams. And I always had that feeling that I wanted to go back and still do videos and still go ahead and do lives. Most people who've actually come to know me and know my channel only know me as someone who does streaming lives. Most of y'all don't even know the videos, the short form. I have videos, short forms that have nothing to do with my lives. I have shorts that you'd be surprised where the fuck they came from because most of y'all don't even go back to my old content. It is what it is. This is why you can get new people that show up and say, "Oh, I think this about wrestler. Or I think that about wrestler," but don't go back far enough to be like, "Oh shit, he's been doing this for a while." Great example, right? I missed out on this stream yesterday because OG OG Do Dirty was on doing a live stream with LA Wilkes on LA Wilkes channel, and actually I'm not gonna be able to find it because I wasn't there for it. But OG sent me the stream link, and I was too busy because I was getting ready for my first day of work today. And we get for my new employer. And then what happened was on their stream, LA randomly picked up a stream that actually was Fight Club way back when. So he actually had a stream of him reviewing a stream of Fight Club. So it was like some Inception shit. LA did a stream reviewing a stream of him reviewing Fight Club. Do you know who was sitting on the link? Who was sitting on their stream? It was some other dudes I didn't know. It was Dark Lake. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't if you've been around me long enough. It was Uncle Tom, if some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com. He was up there as well. And then it was me. And everyone's like, holy shit, look how old this is. Holy shit. I can't believe Russell was. I haven't been lying to you guys. Like I say, I've been up there. Same thing for Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom, like same thing for like we've had old content. Y'all just don't know. I've actually before I started doing streams, I've been up for a while. I just didn't do content, but I had been up in chats. I had been up as a moderator. I had been up way before I started doing content creation. It just so it when you see weird things like that, like very old content. It's like, holy shit. And then people who saw there was one content where like my walls were just blue. Like for those who know, like when you see my content here, like you see my stream, like the wood paneling was not there. All of this shit was not there. It don't sign. It was just a blue wall. That was it. Because I was just getting started on doing content. Actually, I was just getting started on my job when I was doing video conferencing with people. None of this shit was there. There was a different mic here. It was a different mic. It wasn't even this mic. I don't even think the plant was fucking there, to be honest with you. I didn't have none of this shit. Most people didn't see that. Most people did not know I was there. That I y'all come in and y'all just see somebody and y'all see, oh, he's got less than 1,000 subscribers. Oh, he's fucking brand new. I've been doing this shit for almost a year and a half now. Your numbers don't reflect how long you've been on the internet. Let me say that again for you in case somehow numbers are skewing up and messing with your brain waves. How many subscribers does not indicate how long you've been on YouTube. Some people get their numbers in a month. Some people drag their numbers out for years. It all depends on the kind of content that you're doing. And I gotta be honest with you, I like thought-provoking content. And sorry that I'm not a pretty face. I don't have a vagina. I ain't got no tits for y'all to look at. I'm not swole full of muscles telling y'all that y'all beautiful goddesses, queens, mother, salt of the earth, fucking sea moss gold. So y'all won't show up. It is what it is. We know how human beings, oh, no, rather, not we. People who study human beings like myself do not understand how human beings think and react to things. And y'all are very visual first. So sorry, I am not the most beautiful thing, and I don't have all the other glitz and glamours, or I don't already have the. Because I've had people who sit there and go, "I think that you look, yeah, you got great shit going on. Your content, your shit, the whole look great, but I can't follow you because you need to do things like Mr. Beast." And I go, "Mr. Beast? Are you fucking serious? Who who here is in this chat? Who here on any of my platforms, any of my fucking panels have Mr. Beast money? How many of y'all actually know how long it took for Mr. Beast to become Mr. Beast? Most of y'all don't. He was doing that shit since he was a fucking kid. The fact that you even say, who is Mr. Beast? He is the largest YouTuber. Number one. He is the highest paid YouTuber. In fact, he's got so much money, he spent his money making a whole show called Beast Games for Amazon. He spent all the money. Amazon gave him no money. Amazon didn't give him money. He spent millions of dollars creating Beast Games. And Amazon didn't pay him any money because they thought that they thought it wasn't going to be profitable. He beat the Guinness Book of World Records for making the biggest platform, the biggest show, and spending the most the most amount of money for building a show like fucking Ninja Warrior and shit like that. I I haven't even seen Beast Games. I know more about the revenue and everything that happened when it came to Beast Games, and I still haven't watched Beast Games yet. Beast Games, I think last month finally finished their season. I still have not seen one episode of Beast Games. Just like I've never seen, I know some of y'all might get mad, I never saw Squid Games. Never saw it. I can tell you so many people talk shit about Squid Games. Never saw Squid Games. But if it makes you feel better, especially you ladies, I never saw one episode of any season of Love and Hip Hop or Basketball Wives or Jersey Shore. I've never seen them. I don't watch reality shows. Here's the funny part, folks. I know so much about the things and the people that happen on Survivor. I've never seen an episode of Survivor. I'm not interested in reality TV. I understand there are people who make a shit ton of money, and I'm interested in how they thought about the type of shit and who they had to get and how they get into the boardrooms or whatever, but I've never seen it. I have seen episodes of Sex and the City. I have never seen seasons. I've seen sporadic episodes. There was a girl at the time I was dating. She used to like watching Sex and the City. So I've seen episodes of Sex and the City. I know there was a movie too, but I can't say I've seen it. Here's the funny part, folks. I've seen more episodes of Desperate Housewives than I have Sex in the City. But I haven't seen any episodes of Modern Family. But I know what it is. I'm just saying. I can tell you I know what things are. That doesn't mean that I've indulged in them. Another show that was very big, That 70s Show. I've seen episodes of That 70s Show. I cannot tell you I know most of what That 70s Shows was. But I can tell you I've seen pretty much every episode of Big Bang Theory. It just says something more about me.
Time period? Like that was just a time period when you had like extra free time or something?
No, I just think I wasn't really interested in shit that was before my time. To reference things that were before my time. I've never been interested in Happy Days.
Oh, I grew up with Happy Days. That was just the shit we watched growing up. I was a kid.
I could not tell you anything about Different Strokes. I could not tell you anything about The Facts of Life. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you I grew up watching The Cosby Show, but all the other shows, I don't have them. Cosby, I grew up in a black household, so Cosby Show, Family Matters. I don't even really remember A Different World. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I when I say I was a TV kid, I was only a TV kid when it came to cartoons, not on shows about people in real life. That was all like my grandmother. MacGyver, Magnum PI, Temptation Island, or what. None of that shit meant anything to me. I didn't even know that was a TV show. I didn't know Titanic was a TV show. And I know there's several movies of them. I remember seeing black and white movies of them, but I didn't know it was a TV show.
I was thinking, dude. Yeah. I thought you mean
MacGyver. I forgot as well. MacGyver. My granddad used to watch.
Duct tape, man.
Yeah, fucking saving a nuclear fucking plant with a bar of soap. That guy.
I watched a lot of TV when I was younger, not so much as I got older. Just lack of time, mostly.
For me, it wasn't lack of time. It was that there was really only one or two big TVs in the house, so the adults were the one that ran on it. They ran shop. I think the only thing that my grandmother was interested in, the same time I was interested in, it was wrestling. Back to back WWF. That was it. There wasn't really much else. Everything else is what everybody else wanted to watch.
Can we ask who controls the TV in your house? You or your old lady? Who holds the TV remote?
She has a TV and I have a TV, and my TV mainly goes to video games or not YouTube, and she watches whatever the fuck she watches. I'm not a TV person. I'm an online person.
Got it.
So if I'm not literally spending my time trying to watch YouTube, then I watch old shows that I remember. Like, so one of my favorite shows to watch is like House.
Well, I like House, but I like House because he was an asshole.
That's exactly why I like the show.
Right.
But I would never watch like Grey's Anatomy and shit like that. I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, I guess Grey's is kind of more like I don't know, like a soap opera for.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I try to watch new shit, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It's really hit or miss. And again, that's really if I'm feeling an urge to go nostalgic, to go back to an old show. Like, the shows that really helped me, like, was like House. Trying to think in my head. House. Another big show that made me stuck to it every week was like 24. 24 was a big show that I watched a lot. I can't think of anything really. There probably is more stuff, but I can't think of it. Just wasn't that important. I watched The Walking Dead for a few seasons. Once it got halfway, I want to say most way through Negan, I couldn't watch it no more. Once pretty much the Negan season was over, I was done. Couldn't watch it no more. Just didn't care. Walking Dead was good for a moment. I couldn't watch the spinoffs. They sucked.
Yeah, a lot of people have the same complaint there. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Matter of fact, the last 10, 15 years of, I guess when it comes down to TV shows, like I've been binge watched Supernatural, but it was because stuck in a hospital for a little while. Like, that was the opposite.
I can't tell you one episode of Supernatural. I couldn't give you one episode. I couldn't give you one episode of Supernatural, but my girl could probably give you most episodes of Gilmore Girls. I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you that. What was the other one? The Vampire Diaries? Never, never. Oh, that was an episode. That was a show I watched for a while. True Blood. I watched True Blood for a bit. That was an interesting one.
Oh, any show's got tits in it, right? I kind of tend to, that's
Yeah, I mean,
usually the selling point. That's how us 90 babies like basically decided whether a film was going to be good or not. Like if you didn't see tits or a dead body in the first 2 minutes, you're just going to turn it off. You're like, I'm done. It's going to be a shitty movie. I'm finished. I ain't wasting my time.
yeah, I watched True Blood. I have no idea how that thing ended because I didn't get that far. But I did watch True Blood for a little bit. Oh, how could I forget this? Dexter. That I watched every episode of Dexter. Dexter was a great fucking show. Great fucking show.
That might make sense for you. Yeah, for you that probably makes a lot of sense.
I really liked watching Dexter. That was a good show. Yeah, it's hard for me to think of shows that I really can say I consume my time with. It's just not. It's just not. And even most of the time when I'm watching those shows, I'm doing something else. So to really drag me in where I'm like, I'm watching this and I'm not really paying attention to the other thing, these are shows I'm thinking of. True Blood, uh, Dexter for sure. Dexter's one of those only seasons, one of the really shows that I've actually rewatched seasons. Oh, I guess the obvious would be the first the first season or two of Game of Thrones. Even though I can't remember them now.
I actually wanted to watch GTO, but I couldn't. It was just bad timing. Again, it's life got in the way.
Yeah. There's a lot that I'm interested in, a lot that I'm not interested in. But real life really just takes everything from me. The whole going back and the fiction and everything, like it's nice, but it's like I can't watch the new Lord of the Rings shows or whatever. I just it was difficult to get to that first season. I wanted to. I I I mean when I say I fell asleep through episodes. I had to go back and rewatch because I kept falling asleep. That was one episode I fell asleep on 4 times. I had to keep going back 4 times to watch it. Appreciate you, Ron. Ron with the $2. Like I literally had to go back because it was just terrible. Oh no, it was great. No, no, it wasn't. It was horrible. I don't give a shit.
Do the vast majority of population you think watch a lot of TV?
I think they do. Honestly, I think they do. I think more often, especially those who don't have a lot going on in their life, fill it with TV. That's the reason why they ain't got a lot going on in their life. They fill it.
Damn.
They fill it with a distraction, whether they want to drink a beer or whatever. They fill it with a distraction.
Yeah, that would now it makes sense. You start putting it with the filling in
Yeah.
with the distraction. That's kind of.
They
I guess that's the better question is what distraction.
the younger you are, the younger you are, you can fill it with like video games or whatever. But the older you are, you start filling it with alcohol. Because I really didn't start watching a whole bunch of shows until I was really, really heavily drinking. That's really what it was.
Damn.
If I'm not drinking, I'm not really watching shit.
So I guess that would be the better question then is what's the thing that we kind of like use as a distraction in our life?
Yeah, I would say to me, from what I've seen, even for myself and what I've seen from other people, it's alcohol. I don't know anyone who said they're sitting there watching bullshit on the TV and they say they're snorting heroin. That's just not the thing. That's not what I hear. They're too wired. They're too fucking wired. I just sniffed a whole bunch of coke. I'm not gonna sit there and watch TV. I'm a fucking fold laundry, fucking make omelets, fucking like I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of shit. The one thing I'm not gonna do is try to sit still. Like alcohol slows me down. So if I'm slowing down, I'm more likely not to think about much. If I'm not thinking about much, I can easily focus on something real small, like watching a TV show, and be like, that's pretty good. Because when I'm sober and I'm watching a TV show, you know what happens? I'm trying to figure out the mystery way before the fucking TV show ends. I'm thinking ahead. I'm fucking. I'm watching medical shows and I'm sitting there with my fucking phone or my laptop trying to Google diagnosis to see if I can beat them to it. That's me. They're saying medical terms I don't understand. I pause the fucking show so I can turn around and look them up. Endocarditis. Endocarditis. Hold up. Whoop. Pause. What the fuck is endocarditis? What are some of the symptoms? How was the normal treatments? What is the I go that far. Me watching a TV show before it ends, it's like 6 hours, maybe 4 hours have gone by between me stopping it, me learning, and me trying to figure out how to fucking beat the TV show. Me trying to come up with the actual answer. But when I'm drinking a bunch, I'm like, that sounds cool. I don't know what that is. I wonder how he gonna get to it. One of the things I wanted to do early in my life was I was thinking about I was either gonna get into tech, I was gonna get into law, or I was gonna get into medicine. And because of how much I hated math, I said, I guess I'm gonna get away from medicine. Because I will absolutely give somebody the wrong amount of dosage.
I couldn't do medical. I tried EMT for a little while. Just
Well,
more came down to it.
EMTs don't get paid shit. I would not want to be dealing with somebody's Rottweiler or getting a fucking drug heroin needle on the side of my fucking hand or my fucking leg or whatever. Or walk in trying to deal with someone's DV situation. No, just no.
I let my certification lapse just because I think I hated humanity more so after that. So you just see all of the dumb shit that people do and fuck everything up around them.
At some point, somebody do the wrong thing up. I'm gonna be stopping their heart with a taser.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Like, nope, it's enough. Nope, you done too much. It's enough. Outside of that, guys, I think it's been a good one. It's been long for the night. I got to give it up because I actually have to get sleep because I got a job. It is day 2 tomorrow. I got my boss and I got his boss, the director, and this will be a visit going on. I don't know why I got to meet all these new people all at once. Not looking forward to it, but it is what it is. I got to sign for some new materials that I got to get to do my job. And then, yeah, I don't know if I'll do a stream tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm also trying to push it together. Oh, not push it together. I've been working on some things so I could do a little bit more streaming. But at the same time, I still got to work to put in towards a show and everything, not just for opinionated, but some other stuff. And it's just now I got my time eaten, so I don't know when it's gonna get done. But hopefully it's been good for you guys. Let me see who's online and see if I can redirect out to someone who's actually someone who might give you what you need. What you need? What you need? Let's see. Let's see. Here's people who are online in case you're interested. And I'll let y'all scream it out who y'all want to see. Do you want to go to the Powder Dusty? That's Flow State. Do you want to go to Chaotic Truth? Some of y'all may not know who Chaotic Truth is. He's a lot to take on. Do you want to go to Generally Specific? You can go to him as well. Do you want to go to Little Podcast, just Beans, or do you want to go to Andrew Wilson? Those are the 4 that I have. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I have on list. You said check on Tom. I haven't seen Tom online.
Is that earlier?
Hold on, let me refresh. Who do I have on right now? Nope. I got Sarah the Raging Tomato. I got NPC the Game. I got Cellulite. Oh, Uncle Tom is on. Even though it said it's almost 12, so he's about to leave. He's about to get off soon. Oh no, he's not even on. I should have lied. Let me rechase stuff. Let me just refresh this entire shit. Oh damn, I don't know what that was, but I just got rid of it. So no, Tom is not on. NPC the game is on. Cellulite podcast is on. Uh, Flow State and the Raging Tomatoes on, which means they're collabing. Beans is on. Chaotic Truth is on. The Crucible. The Crucible is on. Says Andrew Wilson, folks. GS and Tom Foolery. For those who don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Tom
Now,
Foolery is on as well.
Crucible, Flow, and Sarah. They're all.
You say
That's the thing.
you
It's a
say
debate.
Tom is fire. Who are you talking about? You're not talking about the porch because he's not on. You're not talking about the porch. He's not on. They already ended. These these mofos like to go to sleep around midnight. They're not on. I'm sorry. What were you saying? What were you saying, Josh?
I said Sarah, Tom, and or I'm sorry, Sarah, Flo, and Crucible. They're all on the same thing. They're doing a debate
On
on
the same panel again?
yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Women love toxic masculinity, not little crybaby bitches.
Not
Jesus.
gonna get on. I'll get another fucking niche. I'm not gonna do it. I would rather go to someone who has something different to talk about.
Agreed.
And it's this guy who likes to sit in his weight room doing shit and just like to yell all the time. I don't know who he is, but he's become super annoying to me. 'Cause I've been seeing him quite a bit. I said what I said. You don't like it? Make a video. I'm gonna ignore you. Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I see some of you guys donate to people who are, quite frankly, not giving a shit about you. But then those who actually are trying to put forth something to you. That's not saying about me. I'm not talking about me, but people who do shit for you and you leave them hanging. And I'm trying to understand why. And for those who are lurking, sitting in the background, stop your bullshit. Get yourself known. If you have an opportunity or anything like that, reach out to the content creator because you never know what could be that thing that helped lift them out. And I want to say this as well because I didn't really quite bring this up when I was having my conversation. Stop being greedy. And that's to you, the actual listener, not the content creator. Stop thinking that if you hold them back just for yourself, that you can just have them all to yourself. Because creators will turn around and because they don't see any growth, they'll just give up on YouTube altogether. They'll give up on content creation altogether because they see no growth and no action because you stifled them and you held them in the corner. We do this so that we can reach many people. It wasn't just made for you. So why don't you learn to fucking share? Sounds harsh to say, but I'm just gonna keep it fucking honest. Learn to fucking share. This wasn't just made for you. This was made for everybody, which is why we got on YouTube and started doing content in the first place. With that being said, guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. And I will see you next time. Stay opinionated.